Finally, the moment has arrived. Everyone is counting on us when the countdown starts at 5 seconds. 5, and there's someone in the crowd shining thinking, what nonsense. 4, I'm back. Back to just before I was pushed into that terrible game. As much as I reached the last and 20th round, if I could, I'd stop time right now. A message appears. Your 100 time reversal runes have already been used. And there he is. Well, this is the final attempt anyway, and I'll have to face this game until the end. For that, I'll need to take 4 people with me to the final round. He glances around thinking who will be the best people to team up with. We rewind a few minutes and we see a group of guys celebrating. Yeah man, now we're adults, no more need for fake IDs, right? So what are we going to do after graduation? Should I try delivering for iFood? Hey Galman, what are you gonna do? He replies, me? Didn't I tell you before? I'm gonna be a gangster. The other retorts, are you crazy? If you mess up in that, you're done for, man. Another one asks, you're not joking about this, are you? Yaman responds, I've already said it. We only live once, right? I'm gonna live however I want. The friends laugh, half incredulous. You're nuts. Better stay away from this guy after graduation. One of them asks, and what's going to happen to that punching bag of yours? The guy you're always picking on? You mean that poor guy with the gloomy face? I don't let him off the hook just because we've graduated. The friend comments, that's cruel. Now I even feel sorry for him. I bet you thought the bullying would end after graduation. Then the other friend says, you're really evil. Huh. And Yaman replies, he doesn't get to decide when this ends or not. I'll mess with him as much as I want. A friend looks up and warns, wait, isn't that the guy you always pick on over there? The protagonist is standing nearby, and the announcer is saying, finally, the moment has come. Everyone is counting on us because there are only 5 seconds left. The future gangster says, it's my punching bag right there. And the announcer continues the countdown, 5, 4. The protagonist starts glowing blue. I don't even know what he's doing. 3, 2. Youngman looks at the protagonist, who stares back at him calmly. Youngman is intrigued and thinks, why is this lunatic staring at me? How weird. Something is off about this freak today. And finally, the new year arrives. Youngman, irritated, wonders, has he lost his mind? Why is he staring at me? A friend tells him, relax, Youngman. Leave him alone today, it's New Year's. Yeah, we've got plenty of time to mess with him later. And Youngman, already annoyed, says, this useless guy, I'll let him off today. The group celebrates, finally, we're adults. Happy New Year, everyone. May all your dreams come true. Suddenly a voice says, humans are amusing, celebrating the new year without knowing what awaits them. Yanman, looking at his friends, asks, what did you say? And his friend, also confused, says he didn't say anything but heard it too. Then, unexpectedly, an angel appears in the sky and says, seeing you all like this, lost and in shock, you look like a bunch of monkeys in a cage. One of them reacts, what is this? An angel? Is this some kind of New Year's TV show? The guys are amazed at the angel's beauty, commenting on how gorgeous she is. Then the protagonist, looking at the angel, thinks, so she appeared. Even after 99 times, that face still irritates me. The angel smiles, saying, humans are pathetic. Don't think of approaching me, as I have no intention of associating with worms like you. Judging by these reactions, I'm sure you're hearing my voice. Someone raises their voice. What's your deal, playing cosplay as an angel? What do you mean by worm? The protagonist, knowing the angel's madness, already knows what's going to happen next. The angel glances at the guy with disdain and says, how irritating. And then the guy's head explodes. Seeing this, everyone around panics and runs, not knowing what to do. The future gangster exclaims, what kind of nonsense is this? The angel continues, how dare an inferior human speak to me, a superior being like that? Humans have no right to question me, nor should they act as if they're on the same level as me. Unless, of course, they want their heads to explode like that guy over there. I imagine you're all confused by the current situation. How could a bunch of useless beings have any idea what's happening? Let me explain in a simple and easy way. So listen carefully. The protagonist gets annoyed upon realizing he will have to listen to the same explanation again. Then the angel begins, now let's start the game. On the first day of each month for 20 rounds, humans will be spiritually transported to another dimension to play. In this dimension, you will have a single task. Complete the mission assigned to you. If you succeed, you can return to reality with a reward. One of the guys murmurs, it seems like she'll let us live if we complete the missions. She clarifies, some of you might be thinking, it seems like she'll let us live if we complete some mission, but not everyone will survive just because they completed their missions. Only half of the participants who complete the missions will be spared. But don't worry, I won't take everyone. The crowd falls silent in the face of this bizarre situation. And she continues, only humans between 15 and 29 years old from all over the planet will be taken. The protagonist, who has gone through this many times, reflects, when I was taken for the first time, I never thought I'd have to repeat this 100 times. A man over 29 years old, relieved, says, so I'm out of this. One of Youngman's friends retorts, grabbing the man by the shirt, you're happy just because you'll stay alive? We might get eliminated here. Worried about his friend, Youngman says, don't you understand the situation? Didn't you see that guy's head explode? The angel concludes, it seems we'll have about 1.8 billion participants. Now that I've finished the general explanation, it's time to start the game. Their spirits appear in a void and the angel continues. Now you're in a space where you can't see each other. Before starting, you need to create a spiritual body. Think of this as a unique customization, so be careful. The protagonist reflects, well, I'll do what I usually do. My nickname will be Black Scythe. Then we see an empty field with mountains and the protagonist appears looking very stylish. He thinks, with this it's been 100 times already. I'd used this appearance since the 12th attempt. It already feels like my real body. Other players finish their customizations and arrive at the location. Observing the others and seeing that they all look beautiful and attractive, the protagonist thinks, as always, everyone tried to look as attractive as possible. But if you have any sense, you never do that. This is a survival of the fittest world. Anyone who stands out too much becomes a target. And if you're eliminated here, you'll be eliminated in the other world too. He comments, resign, whatever. It's almost time anyway. Then he sees Yongmin, who has always chosen muscular body. The angel reappears. From what I see, everyone is satisfied with their new avatars. But I prefer when you're overcome with fear. Let's take a look. 1,800,000 in total. A guy asks, 1.8 million? Doesn't seem like there's that many people. The angel places a hand on her head and sighs, as expected of you filthy humans. Do you think there's only this one space here? Everyone is scattered across other planes with other angels. Now you need to focus on this plane of yours. Anyway, before we really begin, I'll explain it in a very simple way. First, just think of the status window. And then the protagonist opens his status window. Ryumin, nicknamed Black Scythe. Beginner level 1, no class, no title with 33 status points. No skills, no runes, nothing else. The protagonist looks at his status and sighs. The angel comments, well, now that everyone is looking at their status windows, you should have some idea of how fragile you are if you've ever played a game. Get stronger. If you survive and win round 20, you won't just be freed from this game, you'll also have one wish granted. The bystanders comment, a wish? That can't be real. But you have to be the first of all to win. She ignores the comments and says, lastly, say inventory and take a look inside. I prepared a gift. The gangster opens it and inside is a random rune fragment. The angel comments, as you can see, a random rune fragment for one-time use. You can only use it while you're a level 1. It's the only item you'll receive at the start. The gangster uses the fragment and is impressed. The angel says, judging by your expressions, your luck varied quite a bit, didn't it? But regardless of what you got, be content with the result. This was the luck assigned to you, inferior humans. Now that the rune registration is complete, it's time for the show to begin. She then snaps her fingers and everyone's window announces, mission. Eliminate 100 goblins per person across all regions. Total participants, 1,800,000. Participants who have completed, 0 out of 900 million. Current region, ESK is 45. Participants in this region, 10,200. Participants who have completed, 0 out of 5,100. As she said, only half can survive. The other half will be eliminated. The first goblin appears and someone comments, look, a goblin. This really feels like a game. Could this be some kind of new virtual game being tested on us? Were we kidnapped for this? The angel interrupts, you shouldn't be excited. Not all the goblins have been summoned yet. Then an enormous number of goblins appears, with countless yellow summoning lights. The people who thought it might be a virtual game start to panic. What is this? Why are there so many? The angel says, 10,000 humans against 50,000 goblins. Now fight to the death. The first goblins rush toward the group and everyone freezes, unable to react. Oh my god, they're coming. Don't get near them. Someone in the crowd, our protagonist, steps forward. Barehanded, he approaches the goblins. The people react. What is that guy doing? He's heading toward the goblins. But the protagonist simply gives a look and lands a precise kick on the goblin's forehead. This action seems to be part of his plan as he thinks, in a group, the first impression is crucial. I need to leave my mark on their minds. The goblin hit by the kick falls to the ground, dropping a knife. The protagonist picks up the knife. With this, none of them will dare approach me. I need to show my strength now and capture her attention. He glances at the angel, who's laughing at his kick. To impress her, I'll need quite the performance. 2 more goblins charge toward him, but with just a kick. He managed that. Imagine what he could do with a knife. He slices through them with no mercy, eliminating both. The group around him reacts. Did you see that? That's insane. Who is that guy? He must be some kind of special force or something. Even his nickname, Black Scythe, is awesome. Someone says, goblins are usually the weakest enemies in games, right? I think we can defeat them too, even if not as easily as Black Scythe did. It probably won't be too hard if we stick together. But as they talk, a goblin attacks, causing the first casualty. Then chaos erupts, people run, others fight, and the scene becomes a frenzy. The protagonist watches everything while easily eliminating goblins, thinking, in this situation, no one will think this is a game. There will only be one thing on their minds now. They'll think only about surviving. Survival instincts will dominate their minds no matter what, and they'll all just keep running. That was also my choice during my first attempt. Only in the second did I realize there was no point in running on this battlefield. A girl, trying to escape, encounters an invisible wall, a kind of barrier, and realizes escape isn't an option. The protagonist knows that for many modern humans, defeating even one goblin is already a challenge. But to survive in this game, they'll all have to overcome that. The chaotic confrontation continues with people falling, goblins attacking, and the angel watching. She comments, laughing, "How entertaining to see humans fighting goblins. Even small, if armed, they're dangerous." Her gaze fixes on the protagonist. Who is that human? Black Scythe, 70 out of 100. She then notices the system isn't showing more information about him besides the mission. What a mediocre system. Why is it hiding his details beyond the mission? She sighs, as a superior being guiding these humans is frustrating, but I think I'm starting to enjoy watching. The protagonist fighting eliminates a goblin. You defeated a goblin, gained 4% experience, 10 gold, and leveled up. Now he's completed 75% of the mission, dodges an arrow shot at him, and 5 goblins come his way. He dodges the first, strikes one in the chest, another and another, hits one in the forehead, spinning the dagger. The remaining goblin freezes in fear, even trying to blend in to become unnoticed. But the protagonist eliminates it without hesitation. He stares at the other goblins and taunts, "Anyone else coming?" The goblins cower, scared, even glancing sideways in an attempt to remain invisible. He breathes a sigh of relief. "Looks like I can at least catch my breath now." Next, he opens the status window. We see he's gained 6 points at level 4, and calculating that he quickly reached level 4 and earns 2 status points per level, he decides to allocate everything to dexterity. In addition to improving his dodge chances, it also increases his attack speed and movement speed. By far, dexterity is the most important stat early in the game. He concludes, "With this fast progress, I've probably already caught the angel's attention. It's time to finish this." He throws the spinning dagger straight at the opponent's forehead. "Hey, aren't you coming?" The goblins are a bit irritated, frozen in place, and he says, "If that's the case, I'll have to come to you." In the blink of an eye, it seems he teleported, already holding the knife behind them. The goblins look, but he quickly moves through them, eliminating them all. Experience increased by 4% plus 10 gold. You leveled up and eliminated the 100 goblins. The mission for the first round was completed, and then he was surrounded by a golden barrier. I passed round 1 without much effort. The reason he eliminated the goblins like a true maniac was to catch the angel's attention, but also, then the system announces, "Congratulations, you completed the mission first in the current region. Congratulations, you completed the mission first across the entire region. Round 1, entire region, Black Scythe." And he sighs, once again, first place. It's very advantageous to complete the missions quickly in the rounds, as the top 3 receive several rewards depending on their placement. The system then says, as a reward for finishing first in the current region, you receive a low-level rare weapon ticket. And most importantly, for finishing first across the entire region, you receive a special reward and a selection chest, which is obviously the best reward. He then says, "First, I'll use the weapon ticket I got from the current region." He sees that he can choose between a sword, a stiletto, or a spear. Well, it's not much, but I'm still satisfied to get items this early. Our protagonist, full of confidence, chooses the stiletto, of course. A rare weapon with 15 attack plus dexterity and no special effect, but the best dagger a beginner could use. He then discards the goblin's common dagger. "I'll hold on to the special selection chest for now." Checking his status windows, he reflects on the title he earned earlier. "This is something I've never seen in my last 99 attempts." He takes his rune and uses it. You use a random rune fragment. Congratulations, you obtained the time reversal rune. The rune obtained will be embedded in the player's soul. Traces of the rune were found in the user's soul, but due to the rune's special properties, the registration failed. He thinks, a natural outcome. If I could embed this rune repeatedly, it would mean I could keep returning infinitely. The system notifies him again. Due to the traces, you have been identified as a time traveler with 100 journeys and have earned the title of Last Traveler. He's confused. What does this mean? In this game, titles are concepts above runes in importance. The title of Last Traveler, unlock condition, obtain 100 time reversal runes. Special effect, upon elimination, the player remains in the same place for 1 minute in spiritual form and, when they wish, can revive with full health restored. It's a one-use ability. The title disappears after resurrection. He continues explaining that titles are much more powerful than runes and harder to obtain. Additionally, resurrection is an ability exclusive to priests who at most recover 30% of health, but this one brings him back with full health. Looks like I got something incredible. It's always good to have a card like this up my sleeve. He then sets his status to private so no one knows about this ability and looks around. It seems people are about to complete their missions too. What is Youngman doing? Look, there he is. He sees that many are starting to complete the mission as well, while the angel comments, "I was starting to get bored. Pitiful humans." Gradually, they were eliminated until only as many remained as there were goblins. She sighs, "I apologize, it was my mistake. Shall we make things fun again?" A girl cries, hugging a friend's body as his and the others' bodies begin to disappear, while the next legion of goblins appears. The crowd panics as the angel enjoys herself. "I gave you a refill of another 50,000. I'm sure you now have more than enough to eliminate." At this point, people are already adapting and preparing to eliminate the goblins. Stabbings, shoves, and intense fights take over the field. 1,021 people finished. In the middle of the battle, some help while, selfishly, the gangster pulls a friend to take the stab in his place. 2,129 people finished. The protagonist watches everything from his safe spot. A crazy guy puts his bloodied hand on the barrier, probably watching a friend being eliminated. 3,533 people finished. The angel enjoys the situation while the protagonist observes her. At the end, 5,143 people completed the mission. The remaining participants who hadn't finished yet asked where the goblins were. The angel informed them, "I warned you, only half of you would complete the mission. Now that it's over, the rest must be eliminated. These are the rules of the game." The group reacted in terror, begging her to wait because they only needed to eliminate one more goblin. But she smiled and said, "Why so many sad faces? You should be happy to be alive. Well, in any case, you may return since you survived. Congratulations on passing the first round. I hope you put in more effort next time. But before we leave, why don't we take a look at the numbers?" The results window for the first round appeared, showing the protagonist in first place, finishing in 10 minutes, someone named Stupid Idiots finishing in 16 minutes, and someone named Heavenly Demon in 17 minutes. The protagonist ranked first regionally and overall, earning 1,000 gold as an extra reward to use in the game's shop. Everyone around him stared and he thought, "Looks like everyone already knows I'm rank 1. The angel exclaimed, "I can't believe the top one from all regions is from my region. What surprise." Black Scythe. Then she asked curiously, "How did you get so strong? Did you acquire some special rune?" She tried to check his status but couldn't. He taunted her. "Why don't you check my status window?" She replied, "I could if I wanted to." "Do you think an angel wouldn't have access to that information? I was just testing you." He smiled sarcastically, thinking, "Don't make me laugh." "Miss Angel," she responded, "What is it, human? Can I make a request?" "A request?" "Yes, I feel like the reward for being rank 1 could be a little better, don't you think?" The people who saw the angel blow someone's head off stared at him. "Oh my god, what's he doing?" The angel is, "What? What did you just say?" Then he said, "So, I hope you have something better to give me." The angel repeated, "What did you just say, human?" The protagonist didn't care. "I didn't like the reward I received, so I'd like you to give me something better." The angel glared at him, thinking, "This audacious human dared to make a request of me? I was only keeping an eye on him because he was active early on, but now he thinks he's all that just because he defeated a few goblins." She thought, "Ridiculous. I'll blow his head off." But then she remembered, "My ability to instantly eliminate someone can only be used once, and I've already used it. But this arrogant human, it's not like I can't get rid of him. I know exactly what I'll do." She turned to the protagonist. "You want a better reward, don't you? Normally, I'd refuse this kind of request immediately, but I'll think about it and we can have a private conversation. Everyone else, please wait." The others were stunned. "Wait, what? She's actually going to give him a better reward? I can't believe that lunatic actually convinced the angel. Should I try complaining too? I didn't like my reward either, but I'm sure it's just because he's rank 1. How good is the reward she's going to give if she's making us all wait here? I'm so jealous." The protagonist glanced at Yeonmin, who didn't seem to care about any of it. Our protagonist was walking in the forest with the angel. She asked, "Why aren't you walking closer to me? Do you want me to keep turning my head to talk to you? Walk by my side." The protagonist sarcastically replied, "All right, insolent human, you only listen when someone yells at you. Such a greedy race, incapable of listening to others. And how am I supposed to change something the system assigned to him? It's not like I'm going to make an exception for this guy. He should just accept what he got from the system. He'll learn what happens to a greedy insect. As soon as we pass that rock, I'll get rid of him. Of course, there's a chance it could go wrong. If I eliminate the first place participant for personal reasons, and without my unique ability, other players might question the fairness of the game. In that case, the people in charge might want to punish me for ruining everything. That's why I brought him to a place with no observers. Foolish human, none of this would have happened if you just stayed quiet." She then turned to him. "You want a better reward, don't you? Tell me, what reward would you like?" He responded with a punch, striking the angel in the face. She staggered, stunned, losing her balance. "A daring human struck me," she exclaimed. She tries to recover, but he vanishes and reappears behind her, grabbing her wing and ripping it off. "Now you're not going to escape." He adds, "Stop being a crybaby," and tears off the other wing too. "Now you won't be able to get away. It hurts, doesn't it?" Resentful, she replies, "Of course it does." He retorts, "If it were the other way around, in 5 minutes, you'd be asking me these same questions," laughing obnoxiously. Perplexed, she asks, "Are you crazy? What are you talking about?" He then says, "You were going to eliminate me with that dagger hidden in your wing, weren't you?" "I knew it." She denies it. "I'm going to eliminate you, but I don't know what you're talking about. I had no such plans." He responds, "There's no reason for you to lie to me. I can tell just by looking at your face, Burial." The angel is surprised. "How does a human know my name?" She asks what he's doing with the weapon. He teases her. "Don't you know?" She becomes furious and threatens him. "Do you want me to blow your head off?" "With a snap of my fingers, you..." Sarcastically, he says, "Remember, you no longer have the ability to eliminate." Realizing her predicament, she mutters, I'm in trouble. She tries to threaten him. My allies won't let this slide. He laughs. Allies, angels are selfish. They don't care about each other. If you're finished here, I doubt they'll care. Desperate, she pleads, you won't gain anything from this. Just stop. He laughs again. I'm going to finish you off, of course I'll gain something. You just don't understand yet. Still hesitating, she warns. If you eliminate me, you'll regret it. You won't be able to go back home. He replies, this system will automatically return me at the end of this. How do you know that? In desperation, she promises him information in exchange for her life. He answers coldly, if I needed information, I'd extract it from you. I'd torture you until I found out everything I want. Your species' ecosystem, your purpose, and the fact that you're nothing more than a chess piece pretending to be a guide. The angel tries to argue, but the protagonist, without hesitation, strikes her in the heart. She falls defeated. An angel has been defeated, announces the system. You're the first player to eliminate an angel. The title First Angel Slayer has been granted and you receive angel's blood as a reward for eliminating the first angel. He comments, this time I was first as expected, and also received the slaughter rune, which was automatically registered in his soul. He knows that with this title, whenever he fights a sacred monster, his stats will be doubled. He recalls learning about this reward after eliminating the first angel on his 13th attempt. It's likely because only one player can obtain it. The acquired rune, called the Slaughter Rune, increases his stats by 1% for each defeated target, up to a maximum of 100%. The effect lasts until the end of the round. He reflects that perhaps because only one person can receive it, these rewards are comparable to unique items and other angels would be shocked to discover he already possesses this rune. Lastly, the main reason he eliminated the angel was for the angel's blood, a unique rank consumable that allows the player to change their class to Reaper. This item can only be used at level 10 or above and is offered to the first player who eliminates an angel. All players can receive a class starting from level 10. There are a total of 30 different classes and changing class is fairly simple. You just need to obtain a class change item. Usually, they are naturally acquired through hunting or completing some simple conditions. However, there are exceptions when you want to change to a unique class, which is granted only to one player under special conditions. It's obvious that unique classes are completely different from regular classes. The additional stats, advancement runes, and compositions are far superior. The protagonist then states, now I'll claim the reward for finishing first across all regions. He's presented with the following options. He can choose a special reward from the following. 1. An additional experience ability with 3 times the gain maintained only in round 2. 2. 2,000 gold. 3. Information about round 2. He knows the experience buff is the most important because his goal now is to reach level 10 as quickly as possible to change his class. And obviously, the additional experience ability for 3 times the gain in round 2 is the most critical choice. With the buff applied, he declares, this is my last attempt. I'll become the strongest, no matter the cost. And so we reach the end of the first round. The gangster wakes up in the place where the New Year's celebration was happening and immediately starts talking. So this is the New Year's bell. What happened here? Did everyone pass out like I did? Some people begin to wake up, commenting, wow, what a strange dream. He checks the clock, 5:20 a.m. The same amount of time that passed in the dream had passed here. Everyone, including his friends, wakes up with a headache. He remarks, you're up. So Youngmin, did you pass out too? Youngmin responds, it wasn't just me. It seems like everyone passed out. He comments, it looks like everyone fainted at the same time. What's going on? I was about to say I had a very strange dream. A friend asks, Youngmin, did you have that dream? Youngmin hesitates. Yes, but I'm not sure it was a dream. So do you think it was all real? The goblins, round 1 and everything else. Are we really going to be sent to the next round next month? Suddenly, they notice someone who hasn't woken up. Hey, why isn't this guy getting up? When they touch the person, they realize the body is cold. One of them, worried, comments, he's not breathing. I can't feel his pulse. Is he really dead? Another person says, did he die because he didn't survive the game? Are all the people not waking up corpses? This is impossible, only half survived. Will the next round be the same? The gangster prodigy, known for his coldness, speaks with unsettling happiness. It doesn't matter whether someone was born rich or poor. The chances of survival are the same. Now there's no reason to complain about life being unfair. Stay calm, you useless people. We just need to survive. But why are you all so worried? A panicked voice says, it's so unfair to be eliminated like this without even being able to fight properly. Youngmin, irritated, retorts, it's not like that. Other people were also put in this situation. What's unfair about it? His friends think to themselves, what a crazy bastard. An angry friend says you've lived your whole life as a gangster until now. So maybe you don't feel like you've lost anything. But I had plans, things I still wanted to do. One of the friends notices Youngmin looking around. What are you searching for? Youngmin replies, where is that damn kid? Who? That slave of yours? Yeah, where did that guy go? I'm sure I saw him over there before passing out. Did he not even make it past the first round? Makes sense, right? How can a weakling like that survive in the end? Then he hears something, looks around and sees a guy wearing armor. Who's that guy? Where did he get so much armor? Suvini notices a status window open in the real world. The status window appears for everyone. They quickly realize that each person can only see their own status window. If the game system applies to reality, Yaman tests his strength by breaking the stone with his bare hands. "This is amazing," he exclaims, euphoric. The news quickly reports an unbelievable incident in front of Jongho, where the New Year's event was supposed to take place. More than 10,000 people passed out simultaneously. The scene even includes footage of the angel, and the report describes how one person died instantly, followed by the angel raising her hands, causing all 10,000 people to pass out. According to the police, this only affected people between the ages of 15 and 29. Meanwhile, on the internet, no one believes it. Those reporters are insane, many say, while others think it's just computer graphics. Meanwhile, the protagonist, Sirius, comments, "This is just the beginning." The news continues to report on the events. The protagonist reflects, "While the articles are talking endlessly about the deaths, the real issue lies elsewhere, the fact that the player's abilities now apply to reality. Even if the effect is small now, as their levels increase, these players will become transcendent entities. No modern weapon, not even an entire army, will suppress them. They'll become uncontrollable human weapons." He thinks, "I can't just sit by and watch as the world descends into chaos. If I let things follow their natural course, humanity will be finished before the 20th round. There's only one solution. I need to control all the players with overwhelming power. I'm certain I'll have to use methods different from my previous attempts." We then see what appears to be the protagonist staring at a screen. To open the final boss's room, you need at least 5 players. I already have some candidates in mind with potential, and I've even thought about how I'll recruit them, but it's not time to act yet. At this exact moment, there's something even more important I need to do. He arrives home, opens the door, and sees that his younger brother had only instant noodles for dinner again. He opens the bedroom door and sees him sleeping soundly. He can sleep well even when his older brother hasn't come home yet. Ryewon, my younger brother, is about to start his senior year. Our family was ordinary until our parents passed away in a car accident. Many things changed overnight, and one of the most drastic changes was that I became his sole guardian. He adjusts the band-aid on his brother's hand and wakes him up. He turns on the light and says, "Time to wake up, one. It's morning." The boy groans, "But it's only 6 a.m. We don't have time to sleep now." "What? What's going on?" "I'll explain later. Get dressed quickly. We're leaving." "But where are we going? Are you trying to watch the sunrise?" "I'd rather sleep." "Listen, one. Now's not the time to relax and sleep. The world is in chaos." "But you said we were going to watch the New Year celebration. What happened?" The protagonist replies, "Just get ready, and I'll tell you on the way." The two walk through the city. The younger brother glances at the protagonist, confused, thinking for him to look this serious. What could have happened? The protagonist says, "You have no idea what's happening right now to you." His brother retorts, "Why are you saying that? You're scaring me. Did something happen while I was asleep? Take a look at the top news right now." The younger brother checks his phone and is shocked. "Man, does this mean an angel appeared and kidnapped humans to another world?" The protagonist explains, to be precise, only their souls were taken. "You mean you too?" "That's right. Only after I managed to hunt 100 monsters called goblins was I able to survive and return." His brother is stunned by this revelation. "Is that true? Are you hurt anywhere?" "Don't worry about me." "How can I not worry about you, brother?" A flashback shows their parents' funeral. The protagonist reflects, "So this is family. The only one I have left is my brother, who's crying over there. I know that to fill the void left by my mom and dad, I need to become stronger mentally. But having a strong mind and defeating 100 monsters are two completely different things." The younger brother thinks he has a weak side too. The protagonist says, "I know what you're thinking. Where I was, there was a system called status. Just like in games, the physical abilities didn't matter to me." "Wow, so there was something like that." The protagonist continues, "And one more thing. When you see me later, you won't think I'm weak." His brother, confused, asks, "What do you mean by that?" The protagonist responds, "Well, if you want to know, just follow me." The younger brother says, "Man, I don't want to. Just tell me where we're going or I'm not taking another step. Please tell me first." The protagonist sees the band-aid on his hand, lowers his eyes and says, "Bang Taegu." His brother, startled, asks, "What about him?" "We're going to Bang Taegu's hideout, the delinquent in your class. I know he's been bullying you." "How do you know about this?" "You thought I wouldn't find out." The younger brother thinks, "I tried so hard not to make it obvious. My brother already has so many problems and things are so hard. I'm sorry, brother." The protagonist admits, "To be honest, I really didn't know. I'd only discovered the truth a few hours after I returned from my first round." Then the protagonist rests while his brother says he's going out. The protagonist narrates, "My brother went somewhere that day." The protagonist receives a call. "Hello, is this the guardian of Ryewon? You need to come to the hospital urgently." He rushes there, but that day, his brother became blind. Because his older brother is weak and stupid, he thinks. He apologizes but promises that no one will bully him ever again. The scene shifts to a warehouse where a boy is being beaten. A blonde guy sneers, "Are these brats looking to get eliminated? Didn't I tell you to bring 200,000 each?" The boys are all bruised. "What? No answer? Are you ignoring me?" He lands another punch. The onlookers remark, man, as expected of Taegu. He's cruel even to his lackeys. Even the oldest students at his school don't mess with him. No matter what happens, it's better not to get on this guy's bad side. And there's Bang Taegu. What a load of crap. I was going to buy a motorcycle today with the money I was supposed to get, but it's all thanks to this bunch of useless idiots. He approaches a friend and asks, hey, where can I get some money? The friend replies, where get money? Think fast and figure out a place to get some cash. An idea comes to him. That guy you always steal from, your slave Taegu, the tall guy with curly hair. Whatever you call him, he must have money. Taegu says, real one, that bastard. I was already planning to call him, so I'll beat him up to celebrate the new year. I'll rob him until he's broke. That'll be fun. But then he hesitates. But that guy is practically homeless. What kind of money will he even have for me even if I beat him up? His house is a complete wreck. It's a dump. One of his friends says, seriously, man. He replies, yeah, that loser doesn't even have any relatives. He only lives with his brother. Then his friend notices the uneasy look on his face and asks, what's wrong, Taegu? Taegu stares at Ryuwon's brother and asks, what's that? And then the protagonist and his brother show up. Taegu takes one look and says, well, speak of the devil. No, not the devil, but a damn nuisance. Ryuwon, you son of a... Ryuwon quickly apologizes, holding his brother back. Taegu asks, who's this bastard? Just looking at his face pisses me off. Then he notices someone standing beside them. And who's this girl next to you? Did you bring another slave because you couldn't handle being alone? Ryuwon, nervous and terrified, can't respond. So the protagonist steps in on Ryuwon's older brother. Taegu scoffs, older brother? Look at this idiot. Didn't I tell you to keep your mouth shut? And now you've gone and tattled to this loser? You're in big trouble today, and your brother's coming along for the ride. He signals to his lackeys. Go get them. The guys walk forward. Man, the world's really gone crazy. This punk thinks he can fight Taegu. They taunt Ryuwon. Tell us, is your brother good at fighting? One of them steps up to the protagonist, who's shorter than expected, and mocks. So girly, are you really gonna try to fight? And he immediately gets punched in the face and drops like a rock. The guy behind him shouts, what just happened? Another adds, did that bastard dodge? And he takes a punch to the mouth, going flying as well. Man, this guy's got guts. Another rushes forward, but the protagonist dodges and lands more punches. Everyone ends up on the ground, trembling, unsure what to do. Taegu stands there, fuming. Useless idiots. So you've learned a little boxing somewhere, huh? You think you can take me on with that? He sneers. Ryuwon's brother, you must think you're something special just because you've learned a bit of boxing, huh? But haven't you learned that physicality is everything? The protagonist calmly responds, haven't you been keeping up with the news? Taegu snaps back, what news? What news, you idiot? The protagonist dodges another punch, then another and another, as Taegu grows increasingly dizzy. What's going on? Why can't I land a single hit on him? The protagonist quips, if you read the news, you wouldn't have dared to mess with a player like me, and lands a punch on Taegyu's cheek, dislocating his jaw. Taegu stumbles backward, his face twisting in pain. Where did that smug bastard go? The protagonist lands another punch from the opposite side for balance. Man, you don't stand a chance against me. Taegu lowers his hand from his nose and a tooth falls out. I'll destroy you, just die already. Taegu charges again, but the protagonist dodges, grabs his wrist, and lands 2 blows to his head. Taegu, dazed, stumbles. Damn it, why is this guy only punching me in the face? If I could just land one hit on him, just one. He charges once more, but the protagonist dodges, lands a punch on his mouth, and sends him flying. The protagonist calmly says, bang Taegu, does that hurt? Thinking, even after all my resets, I'll never forget what happened that day and I'll make sure that hell never happens again. He walks toward Taegu, who panics and begs him not to come closer. The protagonist grabs Taegyu's hand, surprising him. This is why you should never have messed with my little brother. The protagonist snaps all 5 of Taegyu's fingers at once. And now, let's move on to the other side. He grabs the other hand. The guy yells, no, no, when he's taken down as well. Taegyu's lackeys are already running away in desperation. Even his brother can't handle the sight, suffering from afar. The protagonist speaks. If you mess with him again, Taegu, you know what'll happen. Right. Taegu responds, I know I won't touch him again. The protagonist says, that's right, but I need to make sure of it here, since your heart might change. The guy is desperate, and then it's just breaking left and right. The scene shifts to the 2 of them walking back. His brother, a bit shaken, asks, brother, how did you do that? Did you learn martial arts or something? The protagonist answers, didn't I tell you not to worry? Didn't I? Players can use their skills in real life. What do you mean? Like this. He pulls out the dagger he received from the other world. His brother, surprised, exclaims, a knife, out of nowhere. So you can summon your weapons like that. Exactly. And when I was moving quickly, that was because of something similar. I dodge all their punches. The protagonist adds, that's right, my dexterity is now 11. Your dexterity stat, that's from the game, right? A normal human has 3 points and a professional athlete has 10. So what will happen if your level increases even more? The protagonist replies, how would I know? I haven't reached that point yet. Of course, this is a lie. You can't reveal that he's a time traveler just yet. The first time he revealed everything during his 21st regression, his brother was kidnapped by another player. Although he took revenge, he doesn't want his brother to experience that humiliation again. He knows he must be prepared if he wants to protect him in future battles between players. For now, he says, "You want to grab breakfast at a convenience store? You're hungrier, right?" "Yeah." The two arrive. His brother asks, "Brother, where are you going?" "The noodles are over here." He replies, "I know. Wait a moment." He swipes his card, thinking, "This is everything I've saved up so far. 133,001. You withdrew all that money? I need it for something." He looks at the shelf and says, "What do you want to pick out today?" His brother hesitates. "Brother, everything here is so expensive. Over 5,001. The protagonist responds, "It's fine. Eat whatever you want. Are you really going to fill up on instant noodles for years?" "That's true. But will we have enough if we keep doing this?" "Don't worry. Pick whatever you want." "Okay, then I'll choose this spicy pork belly. I've been wanting to eat this." The protagonist adds, "Soon we'll go to a restaurant and have steak, all right? Like really expensive meat." His brother protests. "What are you talking about? This is already more than enough for me." The protagonist looks at his brother and thinks, "Just wait a few days. I'll make you so much food you'll get sick of it." The younger brother eats happily, while the protagonist smiles, content. He stands up, and his brother asks, "Thanks, but where are you going?" "Wait here a moment." The protagonist heads to the counter. "Brother, you took out all that money for this." He buys a bunch of lottery tickets. Finally, someone doing the bare minimum after returning in time. "Huh? We're going to win the lottery." His brother protests, "You're spending it all on lottery tickets?" "Yes, but how many are there?" 20. "What? You spent 100,001 on lottery tickets? What if we don't win anything?" The protagonist reassures him, "Relax and just watch." "What are you doing, brother? Are you choosing the same numbers? Why are you asking?" "These are the winning numbers." The next chapter begins with the lottery announcement. Let's start today's draw. His brother, nervous, mutters, "Man, we're doomed. We just wasted 100,001. We should have bought food with that money instead." The protagonist says, "Brother, stop biting your nails." "All right, here we go." The first lucky number is 3, the second number is 18, then 9, 38, and the final number is... They're all here. His brother stares at the screen, then at the tickets. "Wait a second, this is insane. We hit the jackpot." "Brother, pinch my cheeks." The protagonist says, "Pinch yourself. This is a dream, isn't it? Do you want it to be a dream?" No, never." Then he says, "Don't worry, it's not a dream." "Isn't all this just a dream?" "I'm telling you it's not. We really came in first place." His brother is overjoyed, celebrating. He says, "Keep your voice down. The neighbors can't hear about this." And then adds, "Why are you so excited about it?" "Of course. Aren't you happy?" "I am, of course. I'm just thinking. I was the same way the first time. I even shouted with joy." He recalls his first time, how thrilled he was back then. But after repeating this process dozens of times, it's become almost like an annual event he's forced to endure. He knows he has to quickly amass wealth after each reset because 900 million have already been eliminated. The economy will soon descend into chaos and trading between players will become far more active in the future, all conducted through money. His brother, staring in disbelief, exclaims, "I can't believe all those 100 tickets won first place. How much are we going to get?" The protagonist replies, "I have no idea," though he clearly knows. It's enough to shake the world, a lottery win of monumental proportions. At the lottery office, the protagonist arrives. "Well, I've collected this first place reward so many times I don't even get nervous anymore." He approaches the clerk. "Hi, I'm here to claim the first place lottery prize." "Ah, congratulations, sir." As the clerk processes his claim, he remarks, "You look like a student. Where did you buy your tickets?" He replies, "QS 24 at the Yeonwee branch." The clerk, startled, exclaims, "What? Wait a moment. QS 24 in Yeonwee." He remembers hearing something earlier. "Did you hear? Apparently, 115 tickets won this time." 115? That many? Yeah, crazy, right? But the craziest part is that 100 of them came from one place. Don't tell me one person bought all of them. Man, no matter what happens, when this person arrives, call the president immediately. They'll be a very VIP guest. The protagonist notices the clerk is distracted and interrupts. "Excuse me." The clerk apologizes. "Could you wait here for a moment?" The protagonist agrees. A little later, the president arrives. "Thank you for waiting. I'm the president of the Yeonwee Bank." The protagonist introduces himself and the president exclaims, "You're the one who won first place. Congratulations." The protagonist replies, "Thank you. Why don't we move somewhere quieter? Please follow me." The protagonist is escorted to the ticket verification room. A secretary sees them and wonders, "Who's that guy with the president? Could he be his son?" The president introduces him. "He's a VIP guest here to claim his reward. Please ensure he's comfortable." The secretary thinks, "VIP? Could he be the one who won with 100 tickets?" The president says, "You may proceed now." The protagonist thanks him and the secretary collects herself. "Stay calm." She greets him. "Would you like something to drink? We have plenty of options." The protagonist politely declines. Then she gets to the point. "Did you bring the tickets, sir?" The protagonist hands over 20 tickets, each containing 5 entries. She examines them and exclaims internally, "I can't believe he really bought them all with the same number. Can he see the future?" A short while later, after verifying all 100 tickets, she confirms all 100 tickets are first-place winners. The protagonist asks, so how much will I receive? She replies, sir, your total rewards amount to approximately 22 billion won. After taxes, it'll be around 15 billion. The protagonist remarks, well, everything happened quickly. After claiming my reward, the first thing I did was find a place for us to move into. Then I opened an investment account. Bitcoin is projected to increase by 500% next month, so I invested all the money there. Later, he talks to his brother. What do you think of our new house? Do you like it? His brother, beaming, says, of course. This house is incredible. I've never seen a place this big. It must be so expensive. The protagonist responds, this was the best place available for an immediate move. His brother asks, but why did you choose to rent instead of buying? We have so much money. Wouldn't it have been better to just buy it? The protagonist explains, well, I don't have any money left aside from the 1 billion I withdrew to pay the rent. The rest is all in Bitcoin. His brother is shocked and the protagonist continues, I know what you're about to say, but I didn't do this without thinking, okay? Besides, I can still make a lot of money with the lottery since I've seen 4 sets of winning numbers in my dreams. His innocent brother can only stare in disbelief. Wow, I never imagined my brother would be one of those people who dreams about numbers. Then he starts, but brother, are you sure all these numbers are right? And don't forget them, okay? He responds, relax, I won't forget. Besides, it's obvious, right? How could I forget after seeing them countless times already? He says to his brother, well, anyway, get ready so we can go eat. His brother asks, where are we going? I didn't tell you, huh? We're moving today. Earlier during their conversation, he had only shown pictures on his phone, so his brother didn't know they'd be moving that very moment. The scene shifts to the gangster punching a wall, grinning with excitement. Damn, I knew it was a good idea to put all my attributes into strength. On top of that, I've got a room that doubles my strength. I got so lucky. I bet even Mike Tyson would be jealous of this punch. Well, this punch is enough for testing. Why don't I try a real fight now? Then he starts banging on the protagonist's door. Riemann, I don't think this bastard is dead, but he's not even answering my calls. Arrogant piece of trash. Did you think I'd let you get away after glaring at me like that? I'm going to destroy you. He's pounding on the door. Even though he and I are both players, a loser is always a loser, and now I need to teach you a lesson. It's obvious this bastard is hiding in the house, so why isn't he coming out? Fine, if that's how it's going to be. He leans against the door, thinking, if I hear the sound of breathing, I'll smash this place down. Then a voice speaks, student, what are you doing in front of someone else's door? He responds, why do you care? Are you the owner of this place or something? The man replies, I am the owner. The gangster looks confused. What are you doing? Are you here to meet a friend? My friend? That's right, I'm here for my friend. Could you open the door for me? Unfortunately, I lost contact with him. If you could just open it. The man says, oh my, it seems you've been abandoned by your friend. What? It's an empty room? The student who lived here moved out. When did that happen? He moved out today, but I don't know where to. That bastard ran off without saying anything. The scene shifts to an apartment building. The younger brother exclaims, wow, this is so tall. There's even a revolving door at the entrance and card access to the rooms. A building staff member approaches the protagonist saying, your identity has been confirmed. The younger brother exclaims, oh my god, there's even security here. Brother, this place is amazing. Let's go. Right. They arrive at the apartment and the younger brother marvels, wow man, how big is this place? About 330 square meters. Whoa dude, 330 is way too big for an apartment. 330? Isn't that a bit too much space for just the two of us? The protagonist responds, we've got plenty of money, it had to be this size, right? His brother asks, how much was the lease for this place? 500 million won upfront and 22 million per month. Now this is crazy. The younger brother is stunned. Wait a second, 22 million for rent? Not long ago, I was worrying about buying food that cost 5,000 won. He protests, brother, I think this place is too expensive. Wouldn't it be better to get a cheaper place? The protagonist doesn't care, looking around. No, we need to spend at least this much. The more expensive, the better the security. He thinks to himself, on the first day of the month, players fall asleep until they return from the game. This is the most vulnerable time for everyone, for natural disasters, earthquakes, fires, and assassins hired by other players. So when the time comes to enter the other world, players need to be in the safest place possible. It doesn't matter how amazing you are in the other world if you get eliminated here in real life. The protagonist asks, do you like the apartment? The brother answers, of course I do. There's no need to ask. Good. I'm glad you like it. The younger brother, feeling guilty, mutters, I'm sorry, brother. The protagonist asks, why are you worried about this otherworld stuff? Do you think I'll have to fight again when the next month comes? But I'm here just enjoying everything without any problems. I didn't notice things. I'm sorry. The protagonist gives him a slap. Why are you so down? You think I won't come back from the next round? It's not that. Stop thinking about that stuff and let's go eat. I heard there's a great Korean food place on the second floor. The protagonist checks his phone. It seems like he noticed I moved. I'll just ignore him for now. It's not like I'll run into him again in real life. Well, maybe in the other world. The next day, the protagonist wakes up. He sees his brother heading out and asks, "Where are you going?" The brother replies, "You're up. I ordered some rice cakes and I'm going to pick them up." The protagonist thinks, "Rice cakes? I don't remember this happening in any other reset." Of course, things aren't guaranteed to happen the same way, but it's the first time he's going to get rice cakes. He asks, "Why did you get them?" The brother replies, "I'm going to give them to our neighbors since we just moved. Isn't that a good way to make a good impression?" The protagonist says, "Not a bad idea to be a good neighbor." The brother agrees. "Well, I'm off to pick them up. You can rest if you want." The protagonist says no, gets ready, and goes with him. They ring the doorbell. "Who's there?" "Hi, we just moved in and wanted to say hello." A woman answers the door. "Oh, you two look alike. Are you brothers?" "Yes, we brought some rice cakes for you. They're best when warm." She takes them, thanks them, and they head to the next house. They deliver the rice cakes, receive thanks, and move to the next house, where a child answers, and they give rice cakes again. The brother says, "All right, there's only one more place left." The protagonist replies, "Let's finish this quickly and head home to rest." At the last place, the brother comments, "This is the penthouse, you know. They use both the 44th and 45th floors." The brother marvels, "Wow, that means they're super rich." The protagonist says, "I don't know the details, but it's either a very wealthy family or a celebrity." The brother rings the bell, but no one answers. He rings again, starting to worry. "I don't think they're home." Then the door opens, and he immediately recognizes her. It's the actress Siu Arin, with a bodyguard behind her. The brother blurts out, "Wow, she's beautiful, just like an angel." The bodyguard steps forward and asks, "Who are you?" "Fans." The protagonist, arms crossed, replies, "We're your neighbors from downstairs." "Neighbors from downstairs?" The brother steps forward to offer the rice cake and says, "Want some?" The bodyguard responds, "I'm fine. Besides, she doesn't eat this kind of thing." He moves aside and opens the elevator. The bodyguard tells her to go in and she complies, glancing at the two of them. The protagonist thinks, "I don't know who this person is, but that was rude. Best to ignore that jerk." The brother says, "I'm fine, but did you see her?" "Wow." The protagonist, "See who?" The brother, "What do you mean who? You saw her too. That was Siu Arin." "Siu Arin? Siu Arin? Who's that?" The scene shifts to Siu Arin, reflecting on how several actors have been eliminated. She's worried about how the world continues to function. She receives a text message. "Arin, do you see the news? Seojin passed away. Are you coming to the company tomorrow?" She reflects. "To think that someone more successful than me was eliminated in the first round. If I hadn't obtained a good rune, I'd probably be in those headlines too." She realizes how far she's come and thinks about how she's managed to stay where she is. "Would I have become this famous without the company's support? Even this penthouse is funded by them." The bodyguard asks, "What are you thinking about, Arin?" She replies, "Nothing." He sits and says, "You can be honest with me. Didn't I tell you that before?" She says, "I was just thinking about how the world ended up like this. And will I survive the next round? Is that what's on your mind?" He reassures her, "Don't worry about the next round. Why would you worry with me by your side? You just need to have confidence in me and relax." She thinks, "Of course, who else would I trust?" She thought to herself, "When the company assigned this guy as my manager and bodyguard, I was skeptical, thinking they just wanted someone to keep an eye on me. But if it weren't for him," remembering how he helped her eliminate the goblins, she realized she would have been eliminated in the first round without him. He said to her, "I'll protect you no matter what happens, so don't give up." She replied, "Thank you so much, but what about those two rice cakes they brought over? They look delicious." The bodyguard said, "You'll gain weight if you eat that." She retorted, "Wow, but they went out of their way to come greet us. They must be upset." He responded, "Forget it. They just came to greet you. It's nothing special. They probably want something from you. If you give them an opening, they'll keep bothering you." She reflected, "They didn't seem like that kind of people." Then she added, "Come to think of it, that neighbor of ours looked older than 15. So he eliminated 100 goblins and survived." The bodyguard replied, "I think so." She said, "Wow, it's fascinating to see him go through all that and act like it's no big deal." The bodyguard questioned, "Do you really think eliminating 100 of those things was hard? Only an idiot would fail." She knew she'd only done well because her abilities fit that world. Even then, she wasn't as skilled as that person, Black Scythe. He almost made me pity the goblins. He probably has some real-world job. I wonder what he does. I'm sure I could survive this second round if I worked with someone that's skilled. This time, I only survived by luck. Will I really make it out alive next time? The next day, Tuesday, January 31, 11 o'clock a.m., the protagonist arrives home, and his brother greets him. "You won again." Apparently, the protagonist had won the lottery once more, this time a casual 15 billion won. His brother exclaimed, "Didn't the bank say anything? This is your fourth win." The bank president, already intrigued, said, "You're back, my lucky client. What's your secret?" The protagonist replied, "I told you last time. I got a divine message in my dreams." The president remarked, "Wow, I wish I could have those dreams." His brother asked, "So, were you putting all that into Bitcoin again?" He confirmed, "Yes. It's already up to 150 billion. His brother cautioned, "Shouldn't you start withdrawing it? I'm worried it'll crash." The protagonist responded, "Not yet. Now let's eat. They ate and walked around the city. At 11:55 p.m., lying beside his brother, the protagonist said, "Brother, you have to stay alive and come back." His brother looked at him and replied, "Relax. You saw me deal with Taegyu, right?" He nodded. The protagonist placed a hand on his brother's head and said, "Don't worry, just go to sleep. When you wake up, I'll already be back. Now I'm off." He was transported to the second survival round. The usual crowd muttered, "We're back again. I'm here once more. This place looks different from the first round. Who's that guy?" Everyone stared at the protagonist, who looked stylish as ever. He observed, "Judging by how they're keeping their distance, most people seem to recognize me. Everyone's here. When will it begin?" A new angel appeared and said, "You're all here, but I'm a different angel from the previous one. Why do you think that is? What happened to the other one?" Confused people asked, "Where's the other one?" She replied, "The angel who managed the previous round had an accident and won't appear. But don't worry, humans. From now on, I will guide you. Since everyone's here, I'll now announce the objective of this round." The mission window appeared for everyone. Round 2, main mission. Select a regional representative within 3 hours. People questioned, "What does it mean to select a regional representative? I thought they'd ask us to kill some monsters." One of them pointed out, "Wait, check the survival numbers. Can everyone survive this round?" The angel commented, "Since everyone seems confused, I'll explain. As you can see, completing this round has nothing to do with fighting. It will end once you select a regional representative. When someone becomes a representative, they'll gain the authority to command others and force humans to do whatever they want. If a representative gives an order, the others will either crawl or be eliminated by them. Don't you think that's immense power? In 3 hours, everyone will receive a ticket to vote. With this ticket, you just need to choose someone to become the representative." One guy observes and asks, "That's it? Nothing more?" The answer comes, "That's right. By simply voting, you will complete the mission and can return home. Think of it as a break between rounds." Everyone is excited. "Man, I don't even have to fight. I'll survive. This is way easier than the last round." Then she adds, "Well, now you just need to discuss who will become the representative within the next 3 hours. Time until voting, 3 hours. People are ecstatic. "Man, I'm not going to be eliminated. This is great." The maniacal gangster, however, is annoyed. "What a disaster. I was ready to fight, and now it's all for nothing." Someone approaches him. "Yangman, calm down, man. What's the problem? We'll survive just by voting." But the maniac keeps ranting, "I put all my attributes into strength and can't even show my potential. This is infuriating." The protagonist thinks, "Well, seeing how he put everything into strength, he probably got the strength rune this time too. Everything, including Yama's rune and this whole situation, is exactly as I remember." They'll spend the next 3 hours arguing about who to vote for. But becoming the representative isn't the most important thing. The existence of a main mission means there's also a secondary mission. The hidden mission for round 2 is to acquire a class. To do that, I need to reach level 10 as quickly as possible. He spots a hidden goblin in the forest and says, "Come on." The creature rushes at him, but with one swift move to the neck, it's done. Current kills, 1/100th. With a 3x buff applied, he gains 9 experience points and all his attributes increase thanks to the rune from killing the angel. Going deeper into the forest to start hunting is the right move. Goblins travel in groups, so where there's one, there are more. The goblins stare at him, ready to attack. But if I were you, I wouldn't. It'll all be torn apart. However, since they're designed to be defeated, one takes a hit to the chest, another is sliced down, and soon he's at 50 kills. One more level to go. Oh, only 30 minutes have passed. He checks his status window. Black Scythe, level 9. At level 10, and I can already change classes. If I had a strength rune, it would be more efficient to boost my strength. But it's tough to survive if you only invest in strength. No matter how strong you are, you're done if you take a fatal blow. Players have 4 attributes: strength, intelligence, dexterity, and luck. Strength increases physical power, health, and defense. Intelligence boosts magic power, mental fortitude, and thought processing speed. Dexterity enhances attack speed, movement speed, and dodge chances. Luck increases the chance of critical hits and finding rare items, and it also increases the amount of gold earned. This is a game where you can't just dump everything into one attribute, especially for the Reaper class, which heals both physical and magical damage. I need to balance all attributes equally. However, for now, the focus will be dexterity. As he continues toward more goblins, he hears footsteps behind him. "Wait, someone's following me? I didn't know this because I was hunting, but I'm sure someone's here. The strange thing is, no one has ever tracked me in any of my resets." He pulls out his knife and says, "I don't know who you are, but show yourself now. If you don't declare your intentions, you better start praying." And then who appears? Our first waifu. "Hello, it's me." The protagonist recognizes her. "This person? The actress Siu Arin? Why is Siu Arin following me?" She apologizes. "Sorry for following you." Her bodyguard steps forward. "Apologies as well. We didn't mean any harm, so please don't be upset with us." The protagonist notices the man's nickname, On Sang Chil. Wait a second, isn't this guy the right-hand man of Megionrock? He thinks, I'll have to come up with another name for him. That one's too complicated. Megionrock is the eldest son of one of the biggest corporations in the country and a player with the nickname Heavenly Demon. He's also one of my targets. Recruiting the Heavenly Demon to my team will make my growth a lot easier. What I really need is the healer who will ally with him. I didn't expect to meet his right hand so early, but why is An Sang-cheol walking alongside Surin? Wait a second, was he the guy standing in front of her apartment? Now that I think about it, I recall something about the Celestial Demon sponsoring a celebrity as part of their business. But what matters now is, when did you start following me? He thinks, "Damn, I don't like this. The future is changing again." Surin speaks. "We started following you right at the beginning. I saw you heading into the forest and decided to come too. Sorry if that upset you." The protagonist asks, "Why did you follow me?" "It's not for any bad reason. I just wanted to make you an offer." "An offer?" "Yes, you placed first in the first round, so I was thinking we could cooperate or something like that." The protagonist asks, "Cooperate? As far as I know, cooperation is a word used when both sides benefit." She replies, "That's true." He immediately responds, "But I don't need you, do I? I'm doing just fine fighting on my own. Don't waste my time with useless conversations and leave." Wow, the protagonist is not holding back. She tries again, "Let me stay with you." And he says, "No, I'm too much of a man to stay with a woman. I have no intention of forming a team with you." Then he turns his back and walks away. The guy gets irritated, thinking, who does this bastard think he is? How big is his ego? She collapses to the ground and he exclaims, "Miss Urin." She responds, "He's not rank 1 for nothing." The pressure was overwhelming. The guy says, "Pressure? Of course you'd be nervous with him pointing a knife at you." She replies, "I just want to form a team with rank 1, but it looks like things didn't go as planned." He says, "What did I tell you? People like him are too proud to consider teaming up with anyone." "I know, but it's still disappointing." "Well, don't be. We're wasting time following someone like him anyway." She comments, "Wow, I didn't know there would be monsters like this in the forest. Should we spend this extra time hunting?" "Not a bad idea." "Alright, let's go, Mr. Bodyguard." Seriously, call the guy by his name, girl. Even in a virtual world, show some respect for his profession. Meanwhile, a goblin looks around confused. Where is he? The protagonist suddenly appears and strikes. He thinks you're talking about cooperation while I'm this busy. I don't even have time to consider those things. It's almost time to level up. You eliminated the hobgoblin. 60 eliminations. Then a pack of wolves appears. Wild dogs. Okay, 5 at once. Looks like I'm lucky. The beasts charge at him, but the protagonist glances at them and swiftly takes them all down. They drop to the ground, dead. 65 eliminations. You've leveled up and reached level 10. It's time. You've met the conditions for advancement and can now access the shop. Finally, my advancement. Round 2 side mission. Advance before the voting period. Completing it rewards you with a 50% discount coupon for a daily shop item. Most people who see this side mission for the first time get confused. A mission item? Where do I get that? How does it work? What are classes? It's obvious that receiving a class is a big deal. But the problem is that no one knows how to get class change items yet, as they're only obtained after fulfilling certain special conditions. For example, warriors need to raise their strength to at least 10 and eliminate 30 monsters at once. A berserker must continue hunting while bleeding. An assassin needs to stab multiple monsters in the back. In other words, players must perform actions related to the class to unlock advancement. At first, I kept hunting monsters repeatedly, hiding and fleeing through the forest. That's how I received the Hunter class. But after learning about the Reaper class, I stuck with it. And now I've got the item. Use. You use a class advancement item. Your class cannot be changed. Choose carefully. Do you want to switch to the Reaper class? I don't even need to think about it. Yes, you switched to the Reaper class. As a reward, you've received the Reaper rune. And there it is. When used during the day, the weapon's attack is doubled. At night, attack speed increases by 50%, and the chance of an enemy detecting you is drastically reduced. The rune has been automatically registered to the player's soul. As an advancement reward, you've received the Reaper's Scythe. As a reward for completing the secondary mission, you've received a 50% discount ticket. Your rank has increased from beginner to apprentice. The protagonist comments, "Alright, my rank has gone up too." Here, players are divided into 6 ranks. Grandmaster at level 99, Master at level 60, Expert at level 40, Regular at level 20, Apprentice at level 10, and Beginner at level 1. Just like in a game, you receive more abilities each time your rank increases. He receives the Reaper's ability, Death Insignia. Effect: creates an insignia visible only to the target and the caster. The target's remaining health becomes visible, and they take 100% additional damage. The ability can only be active on one target at a time. The protagonist says, with the rank advancement, you can also equip higher ranked items. He equips the Reaper's Scythe, which while playing for now, holds potential. The system announces you have been identified as the first player to change classes and have received a random gold pouch as a reward. The protagonist remarks, well, being the first to advance also comes with perks. The system notifies him you have received the neutral ability, Track. Effect: allows you to locate a target of your choice. To track a target, you need to know their face and name for them to be valid. Ability value: 20,000. The protagonist says, I got a skill worth 20,000. Should I test it? He uses it. Tracking Huang Yangmin. Face and name recognized, tracking target's location. Yang's location confirmed 190 meters away. To find the target, follow the arrow ahead of you. The protagonist reacts 190 meters. That means he's also entered the forest. The last time I did this, he was 2 kilometers away. Should I check it out? The scene shifts to Su Arin and her bodyguard fleeing. She stumbles to the ground. I can't run anymore. My leg won't move. The bodyguard urges, we have to keep running, Orin, or we'll get caught. Stand up, even if it hurts. She struggles to get up. The spot where the arrow hit is burning. It's on fire. He reassures her. It's just a theory, but I think even if you're injured in this world, your real-world body remains intact. You just have to survive, and somehow everything will be fine when you return home. She responds, got it. I'll try to endure. But then a voice interrupts. Where do you think you're going like that? They turn to see Yeoman standing there. Well, looks like I didn't hurt you enough last time. The bodyguard grumbles. Great, we got caught because of this damn woman. What kind of bodyguard says that? I thought he was more loyal. He squares up, realizing he has no choice but to fight. Yeoman mocks him. Oh, old man, are you planning to fight us? Take a look, don't you see how many we are? The bodyguard asks, why are you doing this? What did we ever do to you? Yeoman replies, of course you didn't do anything. Then why attack us out of nowhere? He smirks. We just want one thing. What's that? The girl standing next to you. We don't care about you. We just want Su Arin. Yeoman's crew discusses among themselves. Is it really Su Arin? Look at her. It's the same name and face. Couldn't it just be someone impersonating her, right? Who cares? She looks the same, doesn't she? Yeoman says, if you step aside and leave Su Arin here, I'll let you go. How about that deal, old man? The bodyguard groans. What a mess. You should have told me Su Arin was your target from the start. If you had, I would have abandoned her without hesitation. I have no intention of getting eliminated because of this woman. He thinks, but there's a problem. If I don't protect Su Arin, I'll disappoint director Megyanrock, the heavenly demon. Yeoman taunts him. Well, old man, made up your mind yet? What's with that pose? You want to fight. The bodyguard retorts, do you realize what you're doing is a crime? Yeoman laughs. A crime? That's a good one. You think there are any laws here? And who are you going to tell? The police when we get back. Go ahead and try, but what proof you have? This might not even be my real face. The guy thinks, what a situation, he's getting on my nerves, but he's right. I don't think he'll let me go with just a few words. Looks like I have no choice but to fight him with this battered body of mine. Then he notices someone nearby and says, you're. And there he is. Black Scythe. Yeoman glances nervously at him and says, what? When did this guy? The protagonist steps forward and asks, what are you all doing here? Yeoman responds, oh hey there, brother. How about you just keep on walking? The protagonist cuts him off. I'm not talking to you. He looks at the bodyguard and asks, what's the situation? The desperate bodyguard explains, this guy, they're trying to capture Su Arin and set a trap for us. If you could help, we know you a great debt, Mr. Black Scythe. The protagonist turns to Yeoman and asks, what's he saying? Is it true? Yeoman retorts, who cares if it's true or not? Just go on your way. It's none of your business. The protagonist's aura flares red. What do you mean it's none of my business? These are people I know. Yeoman hesitates. What are you going to do? The protagonist swiftly draws his scythe. I can't abandon an injured person. The gangster grows irritated, Su Arin is relieved, the bodyguard expresses his gratitude, and the protagonist finds himself at the center of it all, thinking, well, it's not like I won't benefit from doing this. If I help this guy, the celestial demon will think highly of me. And if a conglomerate like his owes me, it'll create a snowball effect, leading to a much bigger favor in return. Not to mention, I really don't like these useless idiots here. Yeoman sneers, so what are you doing, man? I'll take you out if you take another step forward. The protagonist replies, what's the problem? Don't you want to fight? Yeoman thinks, arrogant bastard. What does he think he's doing? He wiped out those goblins in an instant and ranked first last time. Do I really have to fight a monster like him? The protagonist plants his scythe into the ground. Be honest with me if you don't want to fight. Yeoman asks, if I'm honest, will you let me leave? The protagonist responds, I might consider it. All you need to do is get on your knees and start begging for your life. Yeoman fumes, wait, he's asking me to humiliate myself. In front of my friends in Su Arin, I wouldn't want to fight him if I could avoid it, but this is pissing me off. You son of a... He thinks, but hold on, I'm strong enough to break a wall with my fist. If I'm lucky, I might even send this black scythe flying with one punch. Smirking, he says, you're crossing the line, you bastard. What do you want me to do? Get on my knees and beg. Are you looking to get eliminated? He plans, if I can gradually close the distance, I'll just land a punch square on his face. Not even this guy could survive something that can break a stone wall, right? The protagonist sheathes his scythe and Yeoman blurts out, wait, what are you doing? The protagonist replies, wouldn't it be unfair for you to come empty-handed while I use weapons? Winning that easily would be kind of boring. Yeoman snaps, you're being ridiculous. But before he can finish, the protagonist vanishes and reappears in front of him. You fool. You put your weapon away and expose your face. Yeoman throws a punch at the protagonist, but he quickly sidesteps and counters with a kick to Yeoman's stomach, sending him flying. Yachtman crashes to the ground, beaten and groaning. The protagonist smirks. Stop swearing. My ears might rot if you keep that up. He lands a heavy punch on Yachtman's mouth, grabs him by the collar, and rains down more blows on his face. Yachtman thinks this isn't just a punch, it's like being beaten with a hammer. This bastard is as strong as I am, but he doesn't seem to have his strength ruined like mine. How is he this strong? Dizzy and battered, Yachtman's friends try to intervene. Yachtman shoot him. One of them draws an arrow and Su Aran watches in fear. The protagonist calmly steps aside, closes the distance, and now face-to-face addresses the attacker. Oh, I think you got lucky and managed to find a bow while hunting, right? It's a shame you've ended up meeting me. The scythe is already out, it swings, and the arm goes flying kid. The guy is already on the ground, writhing in pain, and the other two are panicking. Do you think you can escape after messing with us? You're done for. Die, you bastard. The protagonist just gives him a look. Death emblem, he pulls out the scythe, swings, and wow, so cruel, he cuts the warrior right at the shins. Man, that scythe slices through like butter. He's already stiff on the ground, and his friend is his leg. Dude, the protagonist says, you attacked me with a weapon, didn't you? So you'll have to pay the price. And then man, the protagonist seems to have a thing for chopping people into pieces, and now everyone's ending up amputated. They're going to have to set up a disabled zone. Well, as expected from the death emblem, this buff with double damage can cut through even armor in a single blow. The guys are all on the ground, amputated. You might feel bad for you. And then he's just standing there, too easy. But I can't end things like this. I have to leave them so terrified that they'll never dare crawl in my direction again. The guys are lying on the ground and the protagonist makes several cuts on them and they're all, I feel like I'm being killed. Please forgive me. Then he says, stop complaining. You're not going to die from just this. And then while these guys here, it looks like they're done for. The next one is, he glances to the side. You know it's useless to keep hiding, right? There are no exceptions here. Man, here he comes again with that vibe, chopping down another one. Damn dude. The poor guy is agonizing there. Then he says, stop being such a crybaby. This isn't even that painful. And remembering, right? This is the guy who used to intimidate him. So dude, you're screwed. Compared to the pain you caused me, this is nothing. Take another cut, and another. Su Aran and the guy are, oh my god, this guy damn. To think he'd be able to keep cutting arms and legs and torturing even the ones who don't even want to fight anymore. The bodyguard is another psycho over there. This might seem cruel to some people, but this lack of restraint is so cool. This black scythe, he definitely rivals even the president. The protagonist, after the beating session, says, so, are you guys calm now? Yes, thanks to you. Well, you won't have to worry about them attacking you again. As you can see, it won't even be able to walk. So you better go vote. The two thank him. Thank you so much, Black Scythe. And she asks, won't they end up being killed at this rate? And he says, so what if they're killed? They're not even on the level of animals. Right. The protagonist stares at her. Well, it looks like she's still too soft. Why does she care about the lives of these bastards? Does she think she's some kind of saint? Maybe she's trying to keep up her celebrity image. The bodyguard says, Black Scythe, can I ask you something? I hope you don't mind. Then he says, what is it? Why didn't you kill them? It wouldn't be a problem in this world even if you did. Youngman is in shock, seeing how the situation could get worse for them. The protagonist says, is there a reason I didn't kill him? Thinking, this guy is acting exactly like the right-hand man of the heavenly demon. And he says, it's simple. I don't gain any benefit from killing them. No benefit, but even so, leaving things behind like this, they might come back and cause trouble in the future. The protagonist gives him a look and says, trouble. Do you really think these guys can cause me any trouble? Besides, it's not good to decrease the population, since the number of participants who can finish the round ends up dropping as well. The guy says he's really got a point. If the number of participants decreases, the number of people saved also drops. He's already thinking about these details. His understanding of this game is way above everyone else. This guy is truly impressive. And then he says, got it then. We'll ignore this trash too. The protagonist says, well, now I'm off. The guy says, no, wait, hold on, Black Scythe. If you give me a bank account, I can send you compensation in the real world. Forget about it. And he's already leaving. The guy is, wow, to think he would refuse a reward after saving us? I need to tell the president as soon as I get back. Well, as much as it would be nice to get rid of this guy for now, I'll have to hold back. Since, as Black Scythe said, there's no benefit for me in eliminating him. And then he spits in the guy's face. What's that? That was humiliating. Let's go. Aran, let's move out, everyone. Already at the voting region, everyone's there. Please, give me all your votes. Vote for me. You know, if you vote for me, I'll do the right things. Man, these guys think this is the presidential election or something. No, instead of voting for someone like him, I'm sure I'll do better. The guys are arguing, everyone's grabbing each other. People saying, don't fight, be careful. Then someone says, you're all too irritated. It has to be someone calm like me. I, you, then another guy says, no, wait a minute, my dad's a congressman. How about that? And everyone keeps arguing, until a strong voice cuts through. Everyone, you only have 2 hours until the voting ends. We shouldn't be wasting our time like this. Let's hurry up and decide this vote. The guy's name is Mid Chocolate Boy. All right then. Bro, how are we going to decide who to vote for? Do you have a suggestion? And he replies, yes. I have a great suggestion. Really? What is it? Everyone falls silent to listen to him. Then he says, these people are diligently following my words. As expected, they're all falling again for my persuasion rune. When I received this rune as my fragment, I was disappointed. What kind of useless thing is this? Persuasion rune increases your chance to persuade a target if they are capable of having a conversation. Then he said, man, there's no way this will work on monsters. They can't even talk. But soon I figured out the right way to use this. He sees the guys who are about to finish off the goblins. Go, man, just one more stab. I got one here too. And he shouts, guys, there's a woman over there in a very dangerous situation. Drop those goblins and run to help her now. The guys, what? Let's go, let's help her first. And just like that, you manage to get past the first 100 goblins. If things go as I'm planning, I'll easily become the representative of this region. Then he tells the group, everyone, first we need to decide the candidates. We should narrow the options down to a maximum of 5 and decide among them. The group, all manipulated, says, that's not a bad idea, it makes sense, it's a more organized way. Then he says, all right, let's reduce the options first. If there's anyone you want to recommend, raise your hand and say their name. The chummy guy was about to recommend himself, but the guy says, obviously, you can't recommend yourself. If we do that, we'll end up with the same problem as before. Then the chubby guy's like, damn it, he's right, seems like we're stuck again. And he thinks, it's so easy to persuade these losers. But the group is indecisive. I don't know who I'd recommend, I don't know anyone here, and I don't want anyone to represent me either. And he thinks, now, everyone's quiet. At this rate, only those who stood out will be recommended. A guy in the back raises his hand and says, I recommend Mint Chocolate Boy, that bastard. And he's like, bingo. Then he says, me. And the guy replies, yeah, you'd be a great representative, someone with such logical skills and leadership. And you're handling the situation so well, aren't you, folks? And everyone's like, yeah, he is. He thinks, another sucker for my list. Thanks for thinking of me for such consideration. If there's any other name. Then another guy stands up, I'd like to recommend Black Scythe. And he says, makes sense. Of course, someone would recommend the guy who came in first in the last round. Another guy raises his hand. Then I want to recommend the guy who came in second. Life is a documentary. I'll recommend the third, Right Hand of the Black Dragon. Alright then, with that, we already have 4 candidates. We just need one more. Is there anyone else you want to recommend? Alright then, since there isn't, let's say we have 4 candidates. Before we vote for these people, does anyone want to say anything? Thinking to himself, convincing this bunch of losers will be really easy. When I become the representative of this region, I'll. Another guy nearby interrupts, stop talking all that nonsense. Then he goes, huh. Looks to the side, and there he is, Life is a Documentary, the guy ranked number 2. And he says, I can't listen to the garbage you're spouting anymore. The guy's like, what do you mean? What are you saying? Then he replies, oh, Mint Chocolate Kid, you must think this world is pretty easy, huh? People just do what you say with a few words, right? Now he's there thinking, what does he mean? Could he know about my ability? No, he must be talking for another reason. Rank number 2 steps up, go to hell. Who do you think you are to decide who represents the region, you damn provocateur? Then the guy responds, oh, you're already crossing a line. There's a saying that the words a person uses are their face and personality. Do you really need to be so hostile? Mint Chocolate thinks, perfect, this will probably work. But the guy snaps, oh, you bastard, are you really trying to teach me a lesson? You want to get eliminated, don't you? Then he's like, what? How is my ability not working on him? Wait, there's no way. He looks around at everyone. Oh, you bunch of bastards, you better not vote for anyone, got it? Vote for me, or I'll destroy you all. Mint Chocolate's there. This guy is seriously clumsy. Do you really think people are going to obey you talking like that? Stop embarrassing yourself and disappear. He hears that, stays silent for a second, then gets grabbed by the neck. Stay one more thing, my friend. Not writhing on the ground, he says. I told you, didn't I? I'd eliminate you if you mess with me. The poor guy drops dead, and then he declares, if you don't vote for me, you'll end up like this guy here. Everyone is terrified and in shock. This guy's insane. He's a killer. Then he says, so what? Come fight me if you've got a problem. This guy's lost it. He's completely unhinged. Then he laughs and says, well, since you're going to keep spouting nonsense and not fight, looks like you want me to come over. And now the guy is outright eliminating everyone mercilessly. This is the best. No police, no reporters, no cameras. I can kill as many people as I want. If you don't vote for me, I'll eliminate you in the next round no matter what. Got it? Everyone's on edge. So what do we do? Vote or get eliminated. Done. Now they'll vote for me out of fear. That way, I'll guarantee becoming the representative. Black Scythe, I'll take this bastard down as soon as I get authority and become rank number 1. Meanwhile, the protagonist is out hunting, already having eliminated 265 monsters, maximizing the rune effect and taking full advantage of the experience buff. Well, it looks like I'm almost level 16. The downside is that since I gained so many levels, progress is slowing down now. Even after killing 200 monsters in the last 2 hours, I barely managed to gain 2 levels. The upside is that it's been pretty easy, obviously, right? I've got the Reaper's Rune and the Assassin's Rune. Well, I think it's about time. Voting time is up. The voting period has ended, summoning all players in the starting region. The protagonist and everyone who was in the forest are teleported and see a bunch of people lying on the ground. What happened here? Seo Iron says, "Don't tell me that guy eliminated everyone." The protagonist, well, looks like Cho Jong-sik took the lead again this time. That guy's the leader of a gang and the second best fighter in this district. Too bad his personality is garbage. It's always a good idea to remove a ticking time bomb before it explodes, but now's not the time. The guy approaches the protagonist. "Black Scythe, where have you been? I've been waiting for you for so long. What do you want?" "Nothing much. I just have a suggestion. I'll get straight to the point. Serve me." "Serve you? That's right. I'll spare your life if you serve me." The protagonist laughs. "Hold on. So you're saying you want to start a fight now? Get on your knees and beg or you won't leave here unscathed." Rank number 2 is there. "Looks like you're still crazy. You don't seem to understand the situation you're in, but once I become the representative." Then the protagonist says, "Is it hard to understand what I'm saying, or will you only be satisfied after getting eliminated here?" He pulls out the scythe and the guy stammers. "Wait, where'd you get that weapon?" "Damn it, I messed with the wrong person." The protagonist stares at him. "What's the matter? Cat got your tongue." The guy responds, "You know I'm Cho Jong-sik, right? The leader of the Jong-sik gang. Do you really think I'm going to kneel to someone like you? Come at me with that weapon of yours, you son of a..." The protagonist thinks, "Looks like he's as hot-headed as always. Well, enough joking around. Things would get complicated if I showed my strength and ended up getting the votes, so I need to make Cho Jong-sik the representative so I can use him in the 3rd round. Not to mention, it's almost time for the angel to appear." Right on cue, the angel shows up. "Have all the humans gather here?" The protagonist says, "You're lucky. You better think carefully about who you challenge if you don't want to get eliminated early." The guy freezes. "I almost had a heart attack, but I'll let you off for now. Just wait. When I become the representative of this region, I'll pay back this humiliation tenfold." The angel speaks. "Have you all decided on your representatives? I see that apparently you've done more than just talk in the last 3 hours. Of course, I don't care if a bunch of undesirable humans gets eliminated or not. Shall we proceed with the voting?" And so the voting for the representative begins. You can vote for one person, and the person with the most votes will become the representative. To vote, just look at who you want to vote for and think vote. Players who fail to vote within 5 minutes will be disqualified from the round and eliminated. The voting starts. Everyone is wondering, who should we vote for? The gangster thinks, as expected, everyone's looking at me. But then he notices a girl not looking at him. He snaps, "Why aren't you looking at me?" She looks startled and shouts, "Anyone who doesn't look at me will be eliminated." The protagonist remains calm, trying to draw as little attention as possible, while the gangster declares, "If you don't vote, I'll eliminate you myself. I saw you turn your head. Someone's trying way too hard." The voting ends. Well, voting is over. Good to see none of you tried to avoid it. Now let's check the results. The angel claps her hands and the results appear. The gangster actually wins. Life is a documentary, 2,400 votes. In second place, the protagonist with 2,000 votes. The gangster exclaims, "I'm in first, but are you telling me I only got 2,400 votes and Black Scythe is in second? Those bastards, I told them to vote for me, but they voted for Black Scythe instead." The angel announces, "Well, here are the results. Life is a documentary. You're the representative of this region. Since that's the case, I'll grant you the power of authority so you can command the people." Then the system speaks. You become the representative of the region. As the representative, you've been granted the command authority. He smiles and says, "Now you're going to regret not eliminating me, Black Scythe. I'll command everyone to eliminate him." But when he looks at the ability, it says, "Temporary skill, command authority." You can issue one command to players and forcibly control them. Under its effect, the player cannot disobey the command under any circumstances. Usage limit, 10. The ability does not work on players with a class. The gangster is stunned. "Wait, I can only use this 10 times, and I can't even use it on players with a class? Does that mean everyone who's received a class can ignore everything I say?" The angel continues, "Well, dear humans, you must be thinking everything is over after the voting, right? But that's not the case. There was a hidden mission in this round." The crowd is shocked. "Wait, what does she mean? Hidden mission." Then it appears. Side mission. Advance before the end of the voting and receive a class. Everyone exclaims, "What? An advancement item? Receive a class." She says, "Well, this mission window was programmed to appear as soon as someone reached level 10. You didn't even know, did you?" The crowd murmurs, "But how are we supposed to level up if there are no monsters here?" She smirks. "What do you mean by that?" "The forest is full of monsters." "Well, don't feel bad. Only 80,000 people managed to advance from all the regions. Speaking of that, someone in this region got a class upgrade." Then people start saying, "Wow, someone already changed their class? Who? Should we check the secondary mission results to find out?" She snaps her fingers and it appears. Secondary mission for round 2. All regions, Black Scythe, region 45, Black Scythe. Everyone's like, "Wow, it's Black Scythe again." He was the first, and in our entire region, he's the only one with a class, and it's a Reaper. What kind of class is that? It sounds super strong, doesn't it? The guy was carrying a giant scythe. Life as a documentary is there, frustrated. "Damn it, I was planning to use my authority command to make him eliminate himself. But who would have thought this guy would get a class upgrade so soon? The angel says, well, in round 2, the reward was given based on who completed the mission first. So the first to complete the mission in our region was the player Black Scythe. And not just in this region, but in all of them. Incredible Black Scythe. And even your class is unique, a Reaper. And your name fits perfectly with it. Tell me, how did you come up with that name? Did you already know you become a Reaper? He replies, I didn't know I'd get a class that would match my name so well. The angel says that it seems becoming a Reaper was your destiny. The protagonist thinks even the angels don't know how to get the Reaper class. They just know it's a unique class. The angel adds, it's destiny, isn't it? How interesting to think that someone in this region would change classes and also be the only one unaffected by authority commands. People are curious, you won't be affected? What do you mean, Miss Angel? Well, since I mentioned it, I'll explain everything. How about that? Authority commands don't work on humans with a class. That means Black Scythe can do whatever he wants. Plus, he only has 10 authority commands. Just because you're the representative doesn't mean you have unlimited power. The crowd reacts, oh, he only has 10 commands. That's how it is. The subject is furious. Damn Angel, why are you telling them that? The angel continues, now we need to give Black Scythe a reward since he changed classes so quickly. She snaps her fingers and it appears. You are the first to complete the mission in this region and all regions. You receive a low-rank armor and a special chest. Please select one of the rare armors. You can choose metal armor, hunter armor, or mage armor. Obviously, there's no need to think about it. The first option is too heavy, and the third has no defense. So if he takes the hunter outfit, the special chest, just like last time, offers a choice of a 3x buff, 3,000 gold, or information. Well, since there are a lot of monsters in round 3, it's better to pick the experience buff again. The angel says, now that everything has been distributed, please return to your homes. Round 3 will be very exciting, I guarantee it. The system announces that they completed the mission and will return on March 1. The soul then returns to the body. The gangster wakes up and checks. My arm, thank goodness it's still here. Luckily, as long as you're not eliminated, your body comes back intact. He lowers his head, never again. I'll never mess with Black Scythe again. What a disaster. Why did I have to get involved with someone so heartless? Back at another location, a bodyguard who initially said he'd abandon the girl decides not to, so everything's fine. He says, well, you worked hard, Aaron. She replies, what did I do? You did everything. Thank you so much for helping me and for protecting me. He adjusts his tie. That's expected, considering I'm your manager and your bodyguard. Then she adds, I'd like to thank Black Scythe again. Is there any way to do that? Unfortunately, we don't know his real appearance, so there's no way to find him. Besides, it seems Black Scythe doesn't want his identity revealed. He doesn't. Do you know why? I asked him for his bank account number so I could send compensation, but he immediately refused. Black Scythe knows I'll be able to find him with the account number. She looks a bit sad, doesn't she? The bodyguard says, well, if you really want to show your gratitude, why don't we find him in the next round and give him an item? She responds, that's a good idea. I'll have to think a bit more about how to repay him. Well, get some rest today. I'll see you tomorrow morning. All right, take care. The guy's already in the elevator saying, President May. The president answers, hello, Senchu. He says, looks like you're still not asleep. The president replies, I was just having some whiskey after getting back from the game. The bodyguard says, I saw the results, President. Congratulations on becoming a Black Knight. The president replies, well, it was nothing special. What happened on your side? Well, Siwa Renan and I only managed to reach level 8. In the middle of everything, we were hunted, got injured, and couldn't continue hunting. Hunted. I was planning to tell you once I got back. Is it possible for me to come now? The president says, is this related to Black Scythe? Come to the hotel immediately. I want to hear the details in person. All right, I'll be there in 20 minutes. The guy gets into his car while the protagonist watches from the side, observing. As expected, he's going to meet the president. 10 minutes earlier, the protagonist had woken up and used his tracking ability in real life. He just thought of the guy's face, and as the name and face matched, the system immediately provided a location, 9 meters. Well, he's very close, probably on the top floor, but now it's changing minus 23 meters, 56 meters. Judging by how fast it's changing, he probably took the elevator. Where is he going at this hour? Could he already be heading to see the president? I need to confirm this. Thankfully, I activated my tracking as soon as I got back. The shadows are covering the moonlight. It's the perfect time to tail someone. The president is there. I'll hold back for now since I need this information first. Black Scythe, who wouldn't want to know about the player who's already ranked number 1 in both the first and second rounds. The president thinks the guy said he has some information about rank 1. I got a bad feeling. Did you pick a fight with my subordinate? If that's the case, I can't just let it slide. Messing with my right hand is like challenging me. It doesn't matter who it is. If you try to get in my way, I won't let it go, even if it's rank 1. The protagonist, on the other hand, is thinking about allying with this guy, though his villainous look suggests he might cause trouble, putting the protagonist in a tough spot. At the president's office, Sang Kyul arrives. The two greet each other and engage in small talk. Out of nowhere, the guy says, just your existence motivates me, President. Thank you so much. Wow, talk about over the top. Even the president comments, "You're really good with compliments, but take a seat." "It's not a compliment, it's the truth, sir. And though it's late, congratulations on surviving." The president responds, "Surviving? Round 2 was like taking candy from a baby." Sang-kyul adds, "Congratulations on changing your class as well. It was nothing special, pure luck." People say luck is also a skill. Besides, you ranked number 2 and number 3 across all regions. That's no small feat. There's no greater honor for me than serving you. All right, calm down there. The president remarks, "Seems like you want something. Given all these compliments, go ahead and ask me what you want to know." Sang-kyul asks, "In that case, could I ask where you got an advancement item?" The president replies, "It was nothing. It just dropped while I was hunting some monsters. The truth is, it's thanks to the rune I received that I got this fragment." We see the moment when the angel tells him to check his inventory. He opens it, and there it is, Rune of the Black Knight. The description reads, "Increases all your attributes and imbues your weapon with a black aura that damages your enemies. Automatically advances you to a Black Knight when you reach level 10. He thought, Rune of the Black Knight? So I can become a Black Knight when I hit level 10. He thinks I was lucky at level 1 to get such an incredible item. However, he muses, even for a subordinate I value so much, I can't reveal this information. People always change from one moment to the next. That's human nature." The president says, "Well, let's get straight to the main topic. Who tried to hurt you? Was it Black Scythe?" He responds, No, it wasn't him. Actually, he saved my life." "Saved your life? Tell me the details." A bit later, after explaining the situation, the president says, "So you almost died because there were some thugs after Arin?" "Yes. If Black Scythe hadn't shown up, I think both she and I would have been eliminated. Maybe Arin would have survived, but I believe the psychological trauma she'd suffer would end her career in the entertainment industry." The president thinks, "Not only did I almost lose my most valuable subordinate, but even my business was nearly ruined." Then he asks, "And what happened to them? They were eliminated, right?" Sang-kyul answers, "Well, even though Black Scythe made them suffer more than death, in the end, he didn't eliminate them." The president asks, "Why not?" He said something like, "There's no benefit in eliminating them. Reducing the total population also decreases the number of survivors." The president reflects, "Well, if he's not wrong, but who knows what they'll try in the future. Still, thanks to Black Scythe, my subordinate and my asset are intact. Looks like I have him one." Then he says, "I need to compensate him." Sang-kyul replies, "I mentioned compensation to him, but he said it wasn't necessary and left immediately." "What do you mean he refused compensation? Is he afraid his identity might be revealed? Seems like a very cautious man." "Well, if you see him in the next round, deliver my message. Tell him I'm extremely grateful for saving both of you." "All right, I'll tell them, President. And also keep an eye out for any way we can help. You know I'm not the type of person who likes to owe anyone." "Of course, sir, as you wish. I forgot to ask something important. Those thugs, what were their nicknames?" Seems like the president is planning to hunt them down. Outside, the protagonist sits in a tree thinking, what a loyal dog. He went straight to talk to that president as soon as he got back, even though it's so late at night. "Well, now that I've confirmed their fate, I better head back. I look suspicious wandering around here. Now, having a celebrity of the heavenly demon living in the same apartment as me, I'll have to thank my little brother. If I hadn't gone to deliver those rice cakes, I never would have met Arin or found out she's connected to that guy. If I manage the trust my neighbors have in me carefully, I can gain that guy's trust too. On the other hand, I still need to think carefully about whether I want to take the heavenly demon to the final round or not. His Black Knight rune is so powerful it could be considered a hack. The problem is the downside of receiving this rune, you're forced to become a Black Knight. And the worst part is that after receiving the Black Aura, the power of the Black Knight, you need to recharge an exclusive energy called Dark Energy, which can't be acquired through normal means. It's clear you have to eliminate others to recover energy. In a way, it's a skill that suits a psychopath like him, and it's kind of dangerous to have someone like that as an ally. For now, I'll keep him as just a candidate and use him when necessary because there are plenty of other talented individuals besides him. I'm also thinking about that woman who's probably the priestess connected to him. Well, as soon as the sun rises, I'll start working on this. At KS24, where the protagonist bought lottery tickets, a man is thinking, what do I do? Monthly revenue is going to drop by half at this rate. A girl opens the door and says, Dad. He responds, Oh, hi, Julie. What's got you so down? It's just, the lottery tickets have been completely suspended. Just like that, out of nowhere. The government's response kind of makes sense. It seems it's because of the players. They don't know what abilities they have, so it's dangerous. Then she adds, Do you remember the news about a guy winning first place 4 times in a row? And the secret, I saw it in my dreams. Okay, who could it have been? The father says, Well, things were already tight because of rent and work expenses. What am I going to do? Don't worry, Dad, I'll graduate soon and help you out, okay? Would it be a good idea if I got a part-time job to help with the household bills? The father replies, Julie, don't worry about money. I'll handle that. You focus on your studies. You have good grades, don't you? Aren't you going to school? Your dream is to become a doctor. Dad, I gave up on that dream. School doesn't matter in this situation anymore. He says, you're right, money doesn't even matter anymore. If things go wrong, you could be eliminated in the next round. I feel lost lately. Sorry, Julie. She responds, Dad, you don't need to apologize. It's not your fault. It's okay, I promise. I survived round 2 and even received a class. The father is surprised. A class? Yeah, hold on a second, she says, and then casts a healing spell, channeling a power over him. What is this? He asks. She explains it's a skill called Buff. I got it from my class. It slightly increases all your attributes and seems to have a revitalizing effect on normal people. Wow, that's an incredible skill. My body feels full of energy. She smiles and says, I can use it on you anytime, so cheer up, Dad. All right, I'll feel better. Just then, a customer enters the store, and when he looks, he freezes. Who is that? Julie asks, do you know him, Dad? That's the lottery psychopath, the guy who won first place by hitting the same number 100 times. The protagonist enters. Hey, how's it going, sir? Do you remember me by any chance? I bought 100,000 won worth of lottery tickets. I remember you. But why are you here? First, I wanted to apologize to you. Apologize? Out of nowhere? Why? I saw the news because I won first place consecutively. Lottery ticket sales were discontinued. I came here to apologize for unintentionally causing so much trouble for your store. The shopkeeper replies, don't worry about it. It's not your fault. It's not like we're going to starve just because we can't sell tickets. The protagonist responds, even so, I feel bad for affecting you with this situation. That's why I'd like to offer some compensation, even if it's a small amount. The shopkeeper looks, what's this? 10 million won? Both father and daughter exclaim, wait, hold on, you don't need to do this. Take it back. The protagonist says, please keep it. I'm sure I caused you trouble. He turns and leaves. The father says, oh, customer. My goodness, how can I accept so much money? Julie says, Dad, give it to me. I'll go return it to him. The father agrees, all right, go return it to him then. The protagonist walks ahead and she chases after him. Excuse me, wait a second. He turns around and she says, Riemann, is that you? He responds, and who are you? You don't know? It's me and Julie. We're in the same class. The protagonist says, same class? What do you mean? You don't even remember someone from the same class as you. Sorry, I'm not very good at remembering faces. Of course, it's a lie. Minju knows she's from his class and that she's the daughter of the shop owner. He also already knew she would receive the buffer class. When he first discovered that a girl from his class received such a strong class, he was impressed that fate and coincidence could align like this. The reason he went to the shop, pretended not to remember her, and everything else was to bring her to his side. She says, so, can we go somewhere to talk? He replies, all right, let's do that. The two sit on a park bench and she hands him the money. Here, take it back. He responds, but isn't that the money I gave you? We can't accept so much money. Take it back. The protagonist thinks 10 million won really is an absurd amount, but I gave it to them knowing they wouldn't accept it. No matter how tough her circumstances are, she's the kind of person who doesn't like to owe anything to others. She insists, take it already. My arm is hurting. He says, I won't take it. What? I told the shop owner earlier that I only gave that money because I felt bad for causing so much trouble. It's the least I can do for my conscience. She says, but this is too much. But you know, no matter how much it is, I really want you to keep it. Otherwise, I'll feel bad every time I think about this situation. Then she adds, but this is such a huge burden. I can't accept it. The protagonist thinks that's exactly why I'm giving it to you. He says, look, tell the shop owner too. This isn't a lot of money for me, so you can keep it without feeling like it's a burden. She retorts, oh, why are you always so annoying? Why do you? The protagonist interrupts, well, we're done talking, right? I'm leaving. She quickly responds, no, wait. 10 million is way too much. I'll take 1 million instead. Is that okay? The protagonist replies, but are you the one deciding that? Go ask the shop owner. She says, oh, my dad will definitely feel uncomfortable with so much money. The protagonist questions, your dad? The shop owner is your dad? Yeah, he is. Wow, that's surprising. I go there all the time. Fascinating. She replies, it's fascinating for me too, finding out that the lottery's first place winner is a classmate of mine. The protagonist thinks, huh, classmate? She continues, well, didn't you realize we're in the same class? I recognized you as soon as you walked into the shop. He apologizes, sorry, I'm really not good with faces. Besides, this is the first time we've actually talked, isn't it? True, she admits. She then says, so this is the first time you've heard my name, right? Yeah, sorry. She seems a little embarrassed, and the protagonist thinks, even though I feel bad pretending I don't know her, I have to do it to keep her interested in me. Sigma protagonist, cold and calculated. She stands up and says, I told you before and I'll say it again. My name is Minju Lee. I'm in the same class as you, and this is my face. Will you remember me? The protagonist replies, I'll remember. She sits down feeling defeated. Why does it feel like I've had a reality check? What am I doing with my life? I'm introducing myself to a classmate when graduation is just around the corner. The protagonist says, well, at least we know each other now. It's not like we can't talk after graduation. Speaking of which, why don't you give me your number? My number? Yeah, is there a problem with that? I don't think it's strange for classmates to exchange numbers. You're right. She hands him her number. Here you go. The protagonist responds, well, I guess it's fate that we met like this, so let's talk again. She agrees, okay. He then says, I have something urgent to do, so I'm heading out. As the protagonist leaves, she suddenly remembers the envelope. I forgot to give it to him. But then she reflects. To think he would ask for my number out of nowhere like that, it completely threw me off. My heart is racing. I know he asked because he sees me as a friend, but I still like Ryumin. What's happening to me? Damn people. Did I win the lottery out of nowhere? No, hold on. We're going to figure out why. She recalls I met him by chance. Then I saw a bunch of guys kicking and insulting him. You bastard. You didn't bring the money, huh? Do you think my words are a joke? Kicks all around. And she remembers thinking, oh my god, I called the police. Was it because I felt sorry for him? Or because I was the one who reported the incident and wanted to see how it would play out? She followed Ryumin to make sure he got home safely. But when she saw him working his part-time job as if nothing had happened, she realized he was much stronger than he seemed. From that moment on, she began to take an interest in him. But she never had the courage to speak to him. Her feelings grew, but she was always too scared. Who would have thought we'd meet like this? I need to act now. This is a chance given by the heavens, and there's no way I can pretend I don't know him after receiving 10 million. Well, since that's the case, should I ask him to grab a bite to eat with me? That's how you do it. Go for it. Call the protagonist, who's lying in bed scrolling on his phone. Damn, she already called. Let's go eat. Let's grab dinner. I'll pay. I have plenty of money, but I can't keep relying on you so much. The protagonist thinks good, a positive sign. It seems she feels like she owes me something and wants to buy me lunch. It will be easy to make her an ally and naturally become her friend. This way, I can save her and take her to the 20th round. He gets up to leave, already carrying a Prada bag. His brother asks, where are you going? I'm going to meet a friend. A friend is not a girl, is it? And why can't I meet a girl? I'm leaving. Bye, don't forget to have lunch. The brother is surprised. No way is he going on a date. At the meeting, the protagonist asks, so, how's the meat? She replies, what? The meat? Do you like it? Yes, I do. I like it. Then eat a lot. All right. The warrior looks awkward. Worse than those protagonists who make us frustrated. She thinks to think I'd be here alone with Ryumin. What an amazing day. Both sit in silence. She thinks no, the atmosphere is getting weird. I need to say something. Come on, be bold. So how did you win the lottery? Like 4 times in a row. The protagonist replies, I saw the results in my dreams. Wow, how much did you win from those dreams? Maybe I wouldn't have to worry about money for the rest of my life. On the other hand, now I have to worry about my life. So I was curious. How was your first round? Was it hard to eliminate the goblins? It was very hard. It took forever. What region are you in? Yes. I don't remember the rest. Something ending in 5. Oh, mine ends in 7. That's a shame. It seems like we won't be able to meet there. The protagonist thinks, don't feel disappointed, my friend. We'll definitely meet. Over time, the regions will merge as the number of survivors decreases. Now I'm confused because he wants to hide that he's the rank 1 protagonist, but he also wants to be her friend and recruit her to his team. So things are getting complicated to follow. What level are you? She asks. I'm level 10. I'm level 10 too. Did you get a class? Not yet. And you? Well, I was lucky. I got a class item. It's called Buffer. Oh, Buffer. Like in games. The protagonist thinks, thank goodness she has the Buffer class again. She says, do you want to see it? I have a buff called Blessing that increases all your stats. Really? Let me see. She casts the buff on him and he marvels. Wow, this thing is amazing. It increases all stats by 50% for 3 hours. Yeah, I need to take her to the 20th round. The protagonist says, as expected of a unique class, the effects are excellent. He comments, wow, that's incredible. The protagonist knows that when she maxes out the skill, the effect will double, reaching 100%. But that's something for when she levels it up completely. Still, he's glad she used the buff on him. I was looking for her because of this. The reward I got for being the first to change classes was a random gold backpack. As the name suggests, it gives you a random amount of money, but it's influenced by the luck stat. So the higher your luck, the more gold you get. He says, wow, this is great. Thanks, Shali. She replies, just let me know if you want a buff. It's really easy for me to use. Alright, but didn't you say you had something you wanted to tell me? Oh right, I should have mentioned this earlier. So thank you for the 10 million, and my dad asked me a thank you too. Rest assured, we'll pay you back. The protagonist says, that's what you wanted to say? I already told you, don't worry about the money. Well, if you don't want the money, maybe something else. I got it. She takes something out of her inventory. The protagonist thinks, what's that? She explains, I got this while hunting. If you won't accept money, at least take this. I'm being sincere, so don't even think about rejecting it. In the next scene, they're saying their goodbyes. She says, this was really nice. The protagonist replies, for sure. Be careful in the next round. Bye-bye. The protagonist heads to a square, opens his inventory, and sees the item she gave him, a low-grade purple magic crystal. He thinks, wow, to think I'd get this from her. Unfortunately, I can't fully understand what this item does yet. I'll only know at level 20 when the combination feature unlocks. You can combine the crystal with your weapon to add some effects. There are 7 crystals: red for damage, orange for strength, yellow for luck, green for dexterity, blue for intelligence, and dark blue to reduce the damage you take. Finally, there's the purple crystal, the rarest of them all, which has a very low chance of increasing all stats. Well, I'm really lucky to have received this for nothing. Looks like my luck in real life is pretty high. I'll use the magic crystal once I reach level 20. Now, should I open the golden pouch right away? But before that, I need to increase my stats with my assassin rune without using those pesky worms. The assassin rune increases my stats by 1% every time I eliminate a target, and insects count too, since it just needs to be something alive. There are no insects in the other world, so I've got no choice but to rely on monsters. Luckily, that's not the case here on Earth. He apologizes in advance and starts crushing bugs, activating his rune to 100 out of 100, boosting his stats by 100%. His luck is now at 45. My 15 points in luck have already reached 45. Looks like I'll get some good results this time. He opens his inventory and then the golden pouch, which can contain anywhere from 1 to 9,999 gold. Let's see, how much will I get? You can receive a different amount even with the same luck stat. In the past, depending on my stats, I usually get between 3,000 and 6,000. He checks it, and what? He gets 9,999, the maximum amount. Impressive. It was definitely worth receiving this blessing. Now I've got 16,000 gold, enough to buy even an epic item. The item I've been waiting for will appear in 2 weeks. I'll wait for now. The protagonist heads home and his brother, curious, asks, "How was your date?" "What date?" "You didn't go on a date. Stop talking nonsense. What did you have for lunch?" "I ate black ramen." "Seriously? Why didn't you order something better?" "Brother, there's nothing wrong with eating black ramen. Do you know how much I've been wanting to try it?" The protagonist replies, "Yeah, that makes sense too. A month ago, we didn't even have money to survive. Speaking of which, my Bitcoin investments should be nearing 150 million. Just like in my past life, I know it's going to crash in 2 weeks. Time to sell it all." Before that, he decides he also needs to get his driver's license quickly. The protagonist goes for the driving test. My God, how many times have I done this already? I might as well half-ass it and pass. He just stands up, walks out, and the examiner thinks, "What's with this guy?" He checks the screen and sees that the protagonist passed with a 95 very quickly. The examiner is shocked but realizes, well, that result was obvious considering how many times he's done this. Quickly, he receives his license. The protagonist has an existential crisis, thinking, wait, how many years have I lived? What's my actual age? Right after, he pulls out a Lamborghini Aventador. Protagonist showing off, damn man. It's not an easy car to buy, but he knows where to go and what to say, so everything goes smoothly. 2 weeks later, it's finally time to say goodbye to Bitcoin. He has a sinister smile on his face. His brother asks, what happened? "I just sold all my Bitcoin." "How much did you make?" 300 million. His brother stares, shocked. 300 million? You turned the 60 million you won in the lottery into 300 million? It seems like the values are in won, but now they're talking in dollars, which is why the numbers seem off. The protagonist says, "I'm telling you." His brother replies, "Wow, I was trying to stop you from investing." "Damn, but for you to have profited this much." The protagonist adds, "I didn't know I'd profit this much either, since the most I made in my last attempt was 280 million. His brother asks, "Are you going to withdraw it all?" "Of course." "Good, brother. Now I'm going to start investing in stocks." His brother spits out his coffee. "Brother, you're planning to invest in stocks? You don't know anything about that." "Don't worry. I saw it in my dream." You've had another one of those crazy dreams, and now it's about buying stocks. "Exactly. I'm going to buy it and we're going to make a fortune." "Well, do whatever you want then." He gives up. The protagonist thinks, I don't blame him for being so nervous, but I know the future, don't I? The company I'm investing in now is Kozdak, worth around 900 million. It's the corporation of the Heavenly Demon Consultancy. This company belongs to that guy. Even though nothing major has happened so far, they'll create a special system after round 4, and then this company will grow a lot. There's no reason not to invest when I know I'll profit so much. If I acquire a large share of the stock and secure some operational control, it'll be a huge advantage to exercise the influence of a majority shareholder. First, I'll invest 280 million and obtain 31%. Now, he glances to the side, seeing his brother. Please let the dream be correct once again. He makes the purchase. Good, it's confirmed. Now I just need to buy my items. At midnight of the same day, the protagonist opens the game's item shop. I've been saving up until now. He navigates to the equipment section. You can buy common items and skills as long as you have the money. Nothing is more convenient than this. However, most are normal rank items. Still, it's not impossible to buy rare or epic items. The daily item feature allows you to purchase a random item that changes every day. Of course, it's difficult to get exactly what you want since you don't know when it will be available. But that's not a problem for him, as he already knows what will appear. And today is the day an epic item he needs becomes available. There it is, item of the day, skeletal necklace. It provides some stats, and its most interesting effect increases attack speed by 1% for every enemy defeated, up to a maximum of 25%. Perfect. The skeletal necklace is an item that increases his intelligence and attack speed, not to mention that it's quite cheap for its many effects. Now that it's here, it's time to use that. He opens his inventory and uses the 50% discount ticket he received when he changed classes. The protagonist, who scored 0 in math, pays half the price and is amazed that he still has almost 14,000 left. Wow, I have so much money. That's great. Obviously, if you'd done the math earlier, you'd have realized it was easy. Originally, he was planning to buy a set of normal equipment with what was left, but if he saves another 6,000, he can buy another skill, and this skill is much better than any normal equipment. I need to earn 6,000 gold as quickly as possible. Thankfully, round 3 is full of monsters. Time passes, and finally on the first day of March, everyone is transported. The group is teleported and already upset. Damn it, we've been brought back again. Man, this isn't even a forest. Where are we? The surroundings resemble a ruined village, seemingly encircled by a fortress. It looks like castle gates. What's that crystal over there? What will they ask us to do in the third round given this setup? The protagonist thinks this place is unfamiliar to everyone, so they're all anxious. Except Cho-jung's sick. He's the only one who's not nervous. People mutter, "Hey, isn't that guy the representative of our zone?" Yeah, it's Life is a documentary. He's the leader of some gang, remember? He grabbed a sword and started threatening a bunch of people. They should have let Black Scythe be the commander. Watch what you say, man. He has authority. He might hear you, you know. So what? He can only use that authority 10 times. Why are you scared? Life is a documentary hears them and immediately commands everyone to shut up. The group whispers, "Oh no, he's already yelling. Does he think yelling at us is scary?" He shouts again, "Shut up." Who's the idiot who said that? Damn it, I knew this would happen. That cursed angel must have revealed my weaknesses to everyone. At that moment, the gang leader Prodigy steps in. "All right, that's enough. Why Nauman, what's your deal?" Life is a documentary, Hyundam, I, the leader of the Jong-sik gang, Jong-sik Sunbainam, have come to meet you. All right, so which group and family are you from, Sunbainam? I'm not part of your family yet. I'm just a 20-year-old man who wants to become a gangster. What? Wait, this kid's dream is to become a gangster? What kind of psychopath is he? Then the kid says, "You're my role model, and I've always wanted my gang to be part of your faction." The other guy replies, "Wait, so what are you?" Before he can finish, the kid throws himself to the ground. "I want to serve you. I want to serve you as my mentor for the rest of my life. Please accept me." The guy smiles, "I've seen crazies in my life, but this is the first complete psychopath. Still, I like this kind of passion. Hey, stand up." "Yes, sir." "Are you nuts, kid? Don't you know my image around here is ruined? And you still want to stay with me?" "I don't care about that, man. I respect you. If you accept me, I don't care who stares at us." He looks at him and says, "I like your answer. All right, I'll take responsibility for you, kid." "Thank you, sir. It's an honor." The crowd murmurs, "Wow, that guy joined Life is a documentary. He's really crazy. Look how happy he is." The protagonist observes. There he goes, teaming up with Jong-sik again. This could be good. Soon after, the angel appears. All humans are here. Let's take a look. There are 90 fewer than last time. Everyone reacts. 90? What does she mean? No side chatter, she says. Let's get started. Round 3, main mission. Protect the relic for 3 hours. Across the entire game, out of 856 million players, only 214 million can survive. In this zone, only 1/4 can survive. The crowd is shocked. What? We have fewer people. How did this happen? She responds, "It's not like humans so young could have been eliminated due to age, right? Seems like you were fighting in reality. What humans do isn't my concern." Someone notices something odd. Wait a second. The players check the survival limit for the round and see. What? Only 1,200? Hey, that's a quarter of everyone. Angel, is there some mistake? She starts laughing. A mistake. Too bad, but there's no error. You must be scared because the number of survivors is so small. But did you forget? The rule is clear. Only half survive each round. However, all of you survived the last one. So naturally, only 1/4 will survive this time to balance it out. Someone exclaims, "But this..." She cuts him off. "Hey, don't feel cheated. You just need to work hard to be in the top 25%. Enough explanation, let's talk about this round. Monsters will appear from 4 gates every 30 minutes. Their target is the relic in the village center. There will be 5 waves of monsters, and you need to combine your powers to protect the relic. If you successfully protect the relic for 3 hours, you'll receive additional rewards. But if you fail, you'll face a severe penalty. Regardless of whether you survive or not, your rank will be based on how many monsters you eliminate. Due to the defensive nature of this round, there will be many more monsters, but they're 3 times weaker, so it won't be too hard. Of course, the experience and gold you earn are also reduced. Life is a documentary thinks, so all I have to do here is kill a bunch of monsters. I still have my authority, so this will be easy. The angel continues. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. The representative of this zone is Life is a documentary, right? He can use the authority position during this round. But you're all probably curious. What happens if the representative of this zone gets eliminated? If he's naturally eliminated or killed by monsters, the position will become vacant. However, if he's assassinated by another player, the killer will automatically become the new representative and receive 10 uses of the authority position. That's all. Monsters will arrive in 10 minutes. I hope you all work well together and survive these 3 hours. But I don't think you'll collaborate, will you? She vanishes. Life is a documentary stands there stunned. What the hell? That's so unfair. He turns around and sees others already drawing their knives to attack him. You bastards, come on. I'll chop the head off the first one who comes at me. Someone says, you're being way too aggressive for a guy with only 10 authority uses. If we eliminate him, we'll become the representative, right? Ma'am, I should be the representative. Everyone suddenly looks behind them. There he is. The kid enters in his signature style. Black Scythe, what do you want? Don't be scared, I just came to talk. I'm not scared, speak already. If you think I'll be afraid of your threats. The protagonist interrupts, I have an offer. It seems like you're in a tough spot, right? I'll protect you. What? I'll stay by your side and protect you if any players attack you. Everyone reacts, what? Black Scythe is going to protect Life is a documentary? Does this mean we have to fight Black Scythe too? No man, this isn't a good idea. Life is a documentary is deep in thought. Look at everyone's reactions. If I accept this guy's offer, I'll probably survive, but deals always come with a price. What do you want in return for protecting me? Nothing much, just that you follow all my orders. That's the only condition. What? This bastard. He tried to phrase it differently, but what he's really saying is become my subordinate. Why are you making me this offer? I can't tell you. And these orders? What kind of orders are you talking about? I can't tell you that either. You just have to follow my commands. Follow him completely. Worthless. Does he think I'm going to listen to him? But if I reject this offer, will he attack me with that scythe? Decide. Everyone else is waiting for your answer too. I'd reject your offer. I knew he'd do this. There's no way this guy would let go of his pride. The group is shocked. He rejected the offer? He could have been hunting peacefully if Black Scythe protected him, right? This guy's pride must be too wounded to follow someone else's orders. Looks like his pride will matter more than his life in the end. He probably thinks we won't do anything, huh? The protagonist thinks everything is unfolding just like in my last life. Now I need to draw a firm line. Understood. Since that's your decision, there's nothing more I can do. From now on, I don't care what happens to you. Whether you're eliminated or survive, it's none of my concern. The group reacts. Did you hear that? Black Scythe said he doesn't care anymore. So does that mean we can attack this gangster? Let's go, guys. Life is a documentary stares back. Damn it. Should I have accepted that offer? Suddenly, an announcement rings out. The first wave will now begin. Prepare for the monster invasion and protect the relic. In 30 minutes, regardless of the state of the first wave, the second wave will attack. The group scrambles. All right, everyone. Let's protect the relic. Time until the end of the round, 2 hours, 59 minutes. Life is a documentary mutters, damn it, I can't fight alongside these guys who are targeting me. This is an individual mission. I just need to focus on mine. He looks around, but where's that bastard going? He notices the protagonist heading toward the entrance. Is he planning to fight alone? At the entrance, the announcement echoes. Wave 1 to 4,900 players, 9,800 weakened goblins. 9,800 goblins. Based on this round, all goblins have only 1/3 of their strength. Good luck in battle, everyone. Life is a documentary mutters, damn it, I'll hide first and observe the situation. But why is Black Scythe moving? Is he seriously going to fight the goblins at the entrance alone? Even if the entrance is narrow, at least 10 can pass through at a time. Does he really think he can handle 10 at once? He watches as the protagonist stands waiting for the goblins. That crazy bastard. He's acting all confident just because he's a level higher. He'll probably kill a few and then run away when things get tough. Guaranteed. The goblins approach. The protagonist draws his scythe and slashes through 3 at once, tearing them apart. Life is a documentary stares in disbelief as the goblins leap toward him. Time seems to slow. The protagonist jumps and slices through them in midair. Wait, is Black Scythe really this strong? I don't think even if I reach level 16, I'll be like that. I can't just stand here. I need to hurry and start getting stronger too. The majority of players are occupied fighting the goblins. In the distance, someone shouts, block that side. The west gate is being overrun. Stop them. Let's go. Life is a documentary thinks I need to head down quickly. This is my chance to kill some goblins too. Come here, you experienced bastard, he mutters, cutting down one goblin and then another. Thanks to my detection room, I can easily predict how they'll act. Suddenly, an arrow flies by. What? An arrow? From where? I didn't see any goblin with a bow. Who was that bastard? Damn it, I didn't see who it was. If I catch him, he's getting stabbed right in the ribs. Got him, guys, I got him. He pulls out his spear and strikes the guy in the chest, stabbing him all over. I'll eliminate you. He spots another guy holding a bow staring at him. Must have been that bastard. Pulling out his spear, he strikes him square in the head too. Damn it to think I have to worry more about players than monsters. If I hadn't become the representative of this crap, I'd give this position to someone else. Maybe I should have accepted Black Scythe's offer. No, a man's got to keep his pride. I'll never submit to that bastard. There's got to be a solution, a way to hunt peacefully without worrying about players. That bastard, wait, he's rank 3 in this zone. Black Dragon Flame in my right hand, isn't it? It's going to be you. Hey, what's going on? Black Dragon Flame in my hand from now on, protect me. Meanwhile, the protagonist, benefiting from the effects of the skeletal pendant, has his attack speed increased by 25%. You eliminated a goblin. Current kills, 502 of 100, applying 3 its experience buff. All stats increased by 100% due to the assassin rune. Earned 3.33 gold plus an additional 1.66. The protagonist checks his status window. I've made around 2,000 gold so far. At this rate, I can easily reach 20,000 by the second wave. No, I need to earn even more this round to buy 2 general abilities. If I could, I'd even get the Inner Thoughts rune ahead of time. Another goblin appears. The protagonist stares it down and slashes across its chest. The goblins start retreating. Hey, you're not coming. Fine, you're not coming, I am. He charges forward, cutting and slashing, taking them down. Meanwhile, near the relic, someone asks, what's that sound? Did something happen? The goblins start disappearing. You successfully defended the first wave. Survivors, 3,933. Eliminated, 967. Each survivor receives 500 gold as a reward. We survived, but 967 are already eliminated. Even weakened goblins aren't to be underestimated. But where is he? Found him. Chojong's sick, he's still alive. It's going to be tough for him to make it through the next round. Jongsik is muttering, damn bastards. They're not aiming for the goblins. Those jerks just want to eliminate me. Here comes another one. He takes a hit on the shoulder from an axe-wielding player. Good thing I've got these fools protecting me. Thanks to the commands, they're obeying me like meat shields. Maybe I can survive this. The gangster asks, Hyunnim, are you okay? Look at this bastard protecting me without even meeting a command. Damn it, I'm losing a lot of blood. Can I really make it to the final stage? Whatever. I'll survive this mess and prove to everyone I'm the strongest here. Wave 2 to 3,933 players versus 7,866 goblins and hobgoblins. Based on the round, they're weakened. Good luck in this battle. The protagonist faces down the goblins. With a single sweep of his scythe, he cuts down 5 or 6 of them. He leaps forward, slicing through 3 more. You've reached level 20 and your rank has increased from apprentice to regular. You can now use the combination function. Finally, level 20. Now I can combine items to create unique ones unavailable in the shop. As a reward for your rank increase, the Death Seal ability has been strengthened. Additional damage from Death Seal has increased from 100% to 120%. Additionally, you've received the Reaper's exclusive ability, Night of Death, effect. Harnessing the surrounding darkness, you create an artificial night around you with a range of 500 meters. Your next ability will be unlocked at level 40. 120% damage thanks to Death Seal, and now a new ability too. The best thing about Night of Death is that it works perfectly with the Reaper rune, which boosts my attack speed by 50% at night. A swarm of goblins armed with weapons approaches. Come on, I just learned a new ability. He activates Night of Death, plunging the area into darkness. The goblins, confused, flail around. The protagonist moves swiftly, slashing here and there. The goblins are lost, looking around helplessly. One after another, they fall. Total carnage. You survived Wave 2. 3,343 players remain, with 590 eliminated. Every surviving player will receive 500 gold. Is the second wave already over? Should I buy my skill while I rest? Shopping. The first skill I need to buy is Detect Presence. With this, I can sense anyone within 30 meters of me. For now, there are only goblin corpses around. Should I save up another 20,000 gold? Wave 3 to 3,300 players versus 6,686 weakened hobgoblins. Quick slice here, stab in the chest. You successfully survived Wave 3. Wave 4 to 3,001 players versus 6,002 hobgoblins and gnolls. The future gangster stabbing left and right while others surround life is a documentary. You survived Wave 4. Just one more wave, just one more hour. If I can endure this just 1 hour, I'll make it. I'd already used all 10 of my authority commands. Now, as long as they protect me, my life won't be in danger. Wave 5 to 2,700 players versus 10,000 weakened gnolls. 10,000? Why so many? Based on this round, they're weakened. Good luck to everyone. I don't mean to worry. This is an opportunity for me. I'll set a record now. I need to get stronger and take down those bastards who tried to eliminate me. He looks around, noticing the group he commanded earlier taking blows to their chests. He's over there. That's the zone representative. We need to eliminate him now. Bastards, protect me from them. He grabs 2 players, using them as shields to fend off attackers. One takes a stab to the chest, another a knife to the face. They drop dead. Damn it, I'm in trouble. It's not time to hunt anymore. I need to run. There he is. Let's get him. Damn it, I just needed to survive one more wave. Just one more. He runs straight toward the protagonist. Black Scythe. Hey, Black Scythe. I accept your offer, man. I'll do anything you order, but please protect me. I said I'd accept your offer, Black Scythe. Answer me. I refuse. I told you before that I don't care what happens to you anymore. But you made the offer. I said I'll submit. Why are you rejecting me? I don't need a subordinate without authority commands. Damn it, he's saying, I'm worthless now. If I'd known it would end like this, I would have accepted the offer earlier. Did you see that? He rejected the offer. What a relief. I was worried about what I'd do if Black Scythe accepted. Your life really is a documentary, huh, buddy? Now that you screwed, it'll be easy. Damn it. If you want to come at me, fine. I'll take at least one of you down before I'm eliminated. The gangster prodigy steps in. Sunbatum, you're struggling, huh? Don't worry, I'll help you out, man. Huang Yanmin, I knew I could count on you. If I survive this, you can be sure I'll. A punch to the mouth sends him to the ground. Sunbatum, relax. Your death won't hurt at all. You bastard. More punches, relentless blows. Damn it. To think that I, Cho Jong-sik, would be betrayed by a bastard like this. And it's over. The zone representative, life is a documentary, has been eliminated. Authority is transferred to the killer. Player Yaomin is now the new representative. That's it. I'm the representative now. I'm the king. You are now the representative and have the authority powers. Now I can mess with Siwa Ren as much as I want. It's going to be great. Relax, Kumnam. I'll use your authorities well. Don't hate me too much. This is what happens to a boss who only runs away. Shameful. Hey, could you guys see how I took this guy out? He didn't stand a chance. Yeah, you're right. Thankfully. What the hell? His hands are still covered in blood. He beat the guy to death with his bare hands. This psycho is giving me chills. A complete bastard. To think he really betrayed the guy. What's wrong, everyone? What's going on? Hey, wasn't this bastard supporting that gangster earlier? Looks like he was planning to betray him from the start. Man, this guy's weird. To think he's the leader now. Hold on. Let's take this guy out. He says, they're targeting me now. Fortunately, I have someone to rely on. Black Scythe. What? You saw the message. I'm the zone representative. I have the 10 authority commands. So, the offer you made to life is a documentary. I accept. I'll do anything you order as long as you protect me. Cho Jong-sik was abandoned because he no longer had those commands, so you're going to accept it, right? I don't really like your attitude. If you get on your knees and beg me, maybe I'll consider your case. Excuse me, you didn't hear what I just said. I have the 10 authoritarian commands. Yes, so what? You must be mistaken about something, but the one who needs someone here is you. The guy looks a little confused, saying nothing. You want my protection? Get on your knees and beg. He looks back, already turning around. I'll do everything you order, so please use me as your subordinate, please, Sir Scythe. The protagonist stares him down. I've seen this scene so many times it's almost unpleasant, but Huang Yangmin, unlike Jong-sik, has some value for now. Alright then, I accept your offer. Thank you so much, Scythe. Stop doing that, you're disgusting, man. Sorry. He takes a few steps forward. The group, wait, what happened? The Black Scythe is going to protect Yeoman? That's ridiculous. Are we going to have to fight against him? Man, did you see Scythe fighting? No way. He wiped out hundreds of monsters on his own here. How are we supposed to take this guy down? The protagonist? I'll help you decide. You have two choices. Either give up on the zone representative and go back to eliminate the monsters or be eliminated by my hands. I recommend the first option, but I don't mind the second. Whoever raises any blade in my direction, I won't consider human. The group already lowers their blades, their daggers dropping as well. I'm leaving. Me too. Yanmin, incredible. Everyone fooled with just a few words from Scythe. I was scared when he was an enemy, but being on his side feels pretty good. The protagonist, things will soon come to an end. We can calmly beat the fifth wave at this pace, but it would be a shame to end things like this. Huang Yangmin. Yes, Black Scythe. As promised, you'll do what I tell you. What is it? Just tell me, and I'll do it. Use the 10 commands of the position of authority to break the relic. What? The relic? But wait, if the relic breaks. He remembers the angel. If you don't protect the relic, it'll receive a severe punishment. So why? Wait, if I use my 10 commands, I won't have any left to make Siwa my slave? Scythe, can I ask why? Shut up and do it already. Can I use 9 instead of 10? I won't repeat myself. If you don't want to be eliminated, make your decision now. Alright, I'll do it then. I'll choose the 10 people on whom you'll use the authority. Sim Sang Ju, Small Pepper, Don't Touch Me. Spring, Summer, Winter, command the 10 names I just mentioned to break the relic. Excuse me? Wait, that includes all my friends. What's the purpose of this? The guys exchange glances. Hey man, guys, I'm sorry, but it's a command from Black Scythe, so you have to understand. And it starts. Don't touch me, Sim Sang Yun, Small Pepper. The command is passed to all 10. Break the relic. The system alerts, the relic is under attack. The guys, what? When they look, the 10 maniacs are already destroying the relic. Hey, why are you doing this? Stop it. We'll get penalized, man. Don't break it. Everyone's already smashing it, the group cutting away. It's done. The relic was destroyed. You failed the main mission. In 30 minutes, the Divine Punishment Agent will be summoned. The group Punishment Agent, who is that? Survive the Punishment Agent for the time limit. The round won't end until the agent disappears. Whoa, man. It must be some kind of boss. Secret secondary mission. Round 3. Survive the Divine Agent for 30 minutes. Reward, 3,000 gold. The group, wait, at least the reward is 3,000 gold, man. Man, I told you we've earned only 2,000 so far for protecting the relic. This will be worth it. Yeah, it's actually profitable. That's right, man. A reward bigger than the 5th wave itself. That's why I made Yongman break the relic. But I didn't break it myself because the players who attacked the relic have been identified. The 10 players who attacked will receive a penalty. 50% of their stats will be permanently reduced. The guy, wait, how are we getting this penalty? We were just following commands. This is absurd. Yongman, you scum. Sorry, my friends, but who knew there would be this penalty? As the zone representative failed to protect the relic, you will also be penalized. What? All my stats were permanently reduced. He already. How absurd. Oh, the protagonist is watching. Permanent status reduction is directly correlated with survival chances. That's fatal. Well, it's time for me to prepare to face the Agent of Divine Punishment. Shopping time. Let's start buying some items like an assassin's hood and agility boots. Even the worst boots will help me in this situation. Now, combination. Just place an item and combine it with an energy stone. Combination successful. +1 to all stats has been added to your skeletal necklace. I could insert an energy stone into each piece of equipment for all items. Combination successful. +1 damage reduction has been added to your armor. Combination successful. +2 strength. These low-ranking stones won't help much, but it's better than nothing. Wait, is it starting like this? I'm a bit nervous. Hold on, everyone. It's just 30 minutes. We can do this. Let's keep running. It's only half an hour. Everyone will make it through. I'm not so sure. It's not that easy to escape the Agent of Divine Punishment. In my last life, out of 2,700, only 500 survived. Not being eliminated here is already a huge challenge. Originally, the Agent of Divine Punishment is a monster that takes 5 level 40 players to take down. But I plan to receive a nice reward for defeating it now. Because of the title I received from Burial, and here it is, the title. The First Assassin of Angels. In fact, all stats are doubled when fighting a divine type. And it happens that the Agent of Divine Punishment is a divine type monster. Man, a giant angel descends with absurdly huge wings. Is that the agent? Wait, we just need to run, right? Just dodge the attacks. Won't it be easy? How absurd. I was scared for nothing. The creature raises its staff, takes a step forward, and strikes the ground with the staff, forming a bubble around everyone. The divine agent has cast the restriction field. It has a barrier, and I can't escape. You cannot leave the area unless the caster of this ability deactivates it. Wait, we can't leave, so we're trapped here, right? The attributes of everyone inside the area were reduced by 50%. People are hitting themselves, shouting, "Let us out, help," and the protagonist thinks 300 were trapped. It's a shame, but there's no saving you. The angel strikes the staff on the ground again. It's begun. The protagonist even turns away, not wanting to see. A rain of swords begins falling everywhere, piercing everyone. How absurd. How can we dodge this, man? It's hard to watch. It's impossible to see clearly. This restriction field, after being trapped here, it's almost impossible to dodge all the arrows. But if you think about it differently, as long as you dodge them, it's not a big deal. Now's the time. Everyone is distracted. As always, as long as it's hunting humans, it doesn't pay attention to its back. As soon as this barrier goes down, I'll ambush this guy. People are being eliminated inside, and the barrier begins to fall. Now I don't even have to worry about it turning around because it doesn't have ears. At 5 meters, I just need to apply the death seal. I need to land a perfect strike with this first attack. The divine agent turns, but the most important thing at this moment is that it's already too late, man. Perfectly, right in its eye. The protagonist falls back and starts running. Because of the death seal, it now only has 60% of its life. One attack reduced 40%, not bad. It will probably use the restriction field again to try to locate me. The divine agent is using the restriction field, but as soon as it realizes I'm already out, it'll drop it. The creature lowers the field again. Now that I've taken out one eye, I need to take out the other as well. I already strike at the other eye too. The creature is writhing in pain. The divine agent used the restriction field. Your stats have been reduced by 50%. It doesn't matter anymore, man. Without your eyes, you're just an angelic punching bag. Apparently, its plan is to shoot arrows everywhere since it can't see me. But Death's Might already surrounds the creature, which has no idea what's happening in this situation. Completely lost. Light cannot pierce through the darkness. That's how this system was designed. Let's end this now. Right on the wing, one is torn off and it falls. The protagonist loves ripping angel wings, doesn't he? He's already leaping, dodging the attack, and cuts off the other wing too. He loves tearing off wings. The creature is completely wrecked. Only 10% of life remains, and I'm not stopping here. It's time for us to create some distance. Conditions met, the Agent of Divine Punishment activated their passive skill. Final Radiant Glow has been activated. The Divine Agent became invincible. I already knew about this phase when you're down to 10% of life. The creature over there is writhing, unleashing power in all directions. Let's witness your suffering once more. Final Radiant Glow duration, 50 seconds, 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 5, 1. The invincible state has been deactivated. The protagonist is already behind it. End of the line, he dashed in and decapitated it. You leveled up 3 times, earned an additional 8,200 gold, and another 4,000 gold. It was confirmed that you were the first player to eliminate the agent of divine punishment. You received the title Opposition to Divine Punishment. Effect: damage taken from divine creatures is reduced by 80%. While the protagonist is already fighting gods. You receive a condensed ether as a reward for eliminating the divine agent. You receive a radiant rune for being the first to eliminate the divine agent. The rune was automatically engraved on your body. As expected, a condensed ether. It's fair to say the entire plan revolved around this, since a condensed ether is an essential ingredient to craft a god-ranked item. Besides that, I received the Rune of Radiance. It increases intelligence by 1 point and boosts the effectiveness of divine skills by 1% per level. Now that I'm level 30, I'll gain 30 intelligence and the effectiveness of divine skills will increase by 30%. Well, at least I won't have to spend points on intelligence for a while. Everyone completed the side quest and earned 3,000 gold as a reward. Guys, it's over. We're alive. Thank goodness. Man, I can't believe it. Black Scythe defeated the divine agent alone. He's a monster. Incredible. The angel. Eliminating the agent of divine punishment alone? You're the first human I'm genuinely interested in. How about an interview in the morning? Black Scythe, how did you come up with these plans to eliminate the agent of punishment? Him thinking, what a pointless question. I eliminated it because I wanted to eliminate it. You need to get rewards if you survived and you still wanted to eliminate it. If I didn't eliminate it, I'd have to watch everyone else get massacred. The group, wow, so we fought to save everyone? Man, I thought he was arrogant, but he has a good side, doesn't he? He's a decent guy, dude. The angel, you did all this just to save your race? Humans are really strange. One moment, they're cutting each other down and killing one another, and the next they're living together, protecting each other. That's pretty hard for me to understand. The protagonist, of course, you wouldn't understand, narcissistic angel. Whatever. Humans, congratulations on staying alive, but it's far too early to relax, because whether you survive or not depends entirely on the outcome. Shall we take a look? Black Scythe, 3,600 kills. Worthless Bastards, 982. Celestial Demon, 963. These are the rankings for all zones. Now for this zone, your zone is SK45. Black Scythe is first, Sang Chil is second with 687 kills, and Suren is third. Look the bodyguard, and she took second and third. Speaking of which, did she even show up during this fight? I didn't see her at all. Come on, draw it out for my eyes. Black Scythe eliminated 3,600, but the second rank didn't even reach 1,000. Level 30, man, this guy is insanely strong. Does he have some kind of bonus or what? The protagonist? I do have an experience bonus, but I think the only way to get this is by being first in the zones. Congratulations, you completed the mission as rank 1 across all zones. Congratulations, you ranked first in your zone. You've received a coupon to select an intermediate level ring for being first in your zone. A ring? Please choose one of the intermediate items. There it is, Wind Ring, Magic Ring, or Resistance Ring. It might seem like the worst choice, but this one is the most important. I'm choosing the Resistance Ring. Effect plus 4 luck and plus 35% resistance to abnormal effects. Doesn't matter how strong you are if you get caught in control effects. Besides, resistance to effects can be increased with stats, so it's better to get this as early as possible. Now for the next thing. You can choose one of the special rewards, plus 50% to stats for round 4, 4,000 gold, or information about round 4. As expected, there's no more experience buff, since from round 4 onwards, it's no longer about monsters. So I'll go with number 2, gold. And you're now humans, you're all happy here. But did you look at the messages? Rank 1225 is the cutoff line. The guys, Anja, wait, I think there's been a calculation error in the system. Please check it again. Seriously, I eliminated so many monsters. There's no way my rank is that low. Why are the bugs talking? You need to be annihilated if you couldn't even stay in this rank. She snaps her fingers, and they vanish. And with that, we reach the end of round 3. Suren wakes up in bed. I'm back. Thankfully, I survived round 3. No, not just that. I even received the summoner class, Fairy Summoning. Look at this, really an incredible fairy. These fairies served as shields, plus my bodyguard kept everyone distracted. Thanks to them, I managed to pass the 3rd round safely. I can't believe it, I ranked 3rd. Wow, this energy stone I received as a reward. I wonder if the Black Scythe will like it. The protagonist will surely love it. If there's one thing he likes to grab when he sees a woman, it's an energy stone. Yaman appears, throwing a lamp against the wall in fury. Damn it, that Black Scythe. Penalty applied, your stats are permanently reduced by 50%. Ew, damn it. If I'd known this would happen, I wouldn't have volunteered. Bastard. He looks at his phone ringing. Damn, I'm really in trouble now. Incoming call from Kim Sun-han. He answers, Hey Kim Sun-han, are you insane, man? You bastard, you realize the mess you've made. What are you talking about, dude? I didn't do anything. Stop playing innocent with me, man. You know everyone's been screwed because of you. How can a leader betray his friends with this power of authority? You call yourself human? Man, I had no choice. I would have been eliminated by the Black Scythe if I hadn't done it. Then you should have been eliminated. What? It would have been better for you to be eliminated than to betray your friends, you bastard. Damn you, it wasn't fair to me either. Didn't you see I also lost my stats for being the representative? So what, man? You took advantage of your friends. None of this would have happened if you weren't so greedy. You're a traitor, bastard. Kim-sung, never call me again, man. In real life or in the other world, I don't know you anymore. If I see you, I'll lose it and beat you to a pulp. The guy hangs up. What did I do that was so wrong? I'm a victim here too. I'll talk to my other friends. We'll deal with this bastard. He starts calling his friends. No one answers. Everyone blocked him. You sons of bitches. Fine. Friends? I don't need any of that. I'll live my life the way I always have, alone. What did he say? That he'll eliminate me if he sees me again? Let's see then, huh? You want a piece of me? Let's see then. I dare you to cross me. I'll take you out. The next day at the Imperial Hotel. Come in, Department Chief. You survived again, huh? I just got lucky, sir. Round 3 must have been a bit tough. Are you okay? Yes, sir. Maybe because the monsters were weakened. I didn't struggle much. What's your current level? Did you get a class? Yes, sir. I'm level 11 and my class is Knight. Siurin is also at the same level as me, but her class is different. She's a summoner. A summoner. I don't think that's a common class. I was surprised too. After her class changed, she summoned some fairies that kept using protective shields. We managed to hunt smoothly because of that. That's great. Why don't you maintain a close relationship with the actress Siurin? If you're interested, you could even date her. Date her, sir. What are you? I'm just saying if you two are close, it would be easier to learn her weaknesses. I'm not telling you to actually marry her. Wait, you want me to try dating her? Ma'am, I'm just kidding. It's been a while since I've seen that look on your face, you know. You don't have to do it. There's too much trouble. I see, it's just that Siurin doesn't seem to like me much, I think. I'm a failed loser, useless, worthless, a virgin, a coward, and shy. What are you talking about? You're such a responsible guy. She's still formal with me. She calls me Mr. Bodyguard. Is that so? Well, anyway, what's the urgent message you have for me? First of all, I'd like to apologize. But why? I failed to complete the mission you gave me. I couldn't help Black Scythe, nor could I deliver the message. You must have your reasons, right? Yes, what happened was... And then it seems he explained the whole story. So the agent of divine punishment seems like a powerful target. Did Black Scythe eliminate it? Yes, sir. He took it down alone with some overwhelming skill. It's like he already knew how to win. Black Scythe doesn't seem like someone who needs help. So apparently he really does have abilities beyond our imagination. So strong that I feel ashamed for thinking I was strong just because of the Black Knight's rune. Black Scythe, I want to meet you if I ever get the chance. Well, since you had your reasons, I won't blame you for it. I'm sorry, sir. Enough of that. What's the result of the tracking on those bandits? The main one is called Hwang Youngmin. Assuming that's his real name and not a fake. There are dozens of people with that name in Korea. But assuming he's in his 20s and living in Seoul, how many does that narrow it down to? 5 people? What's their location? The detective from the agency said it will take at least a month to locate all their homes. A month? Then we won't find him before round 4. Yeah, but there's no need to rush. We can stall for a bit. How much gold have you accumulated so far? Around 10,000 gold. You're already halfway there. The shop has a skill called tracking. Once you gather 20,000 gold, buy it. Alright, sir. I was a bit distracted, so I forgot to tell you that last month a shareholder bought a large number of shares in your company. Which company? You mean my company? The Celestial Demon Consultancy, the one you're currently focusing on. Wait, what percentage of shares did they buy? Sir, don't be too surprised, but they bought 31%. Hold on. A single person bought 31% of all the shares? Yes, I even doubted it when I saw the monitor. Wait a second. The Celestial Demon Consultancy is valued at 900 billion won. If they bought 31%, that's a 280 billion won investment. Does one person have that much money? Could it be some rich person I don't know? Or is this something to do with my siblings? Well, in any case, if they invested 31%, it means they want to be part of the management. Head of department, pass me the contact information of this major shareholder. Meanwhile, the protagonist is looking at his phone. Soon, he'll call me. I need to act like someone important since I'm now a major shareholder. Brother, what level are you? His brother bursts in. Why are you asking me that out of nowhere? There's this guy in my class who's acting all high and mighty. He keeps saying his brother is a high level, that he's class level 11, and so on. Level 11? Don't worry, I'm a higher level. Really? What level are you, brother? What should I tell him? If I tell the truth, it might complicate things. 12. Really? Wow, you must have a class then. Of course. What's your class, brother? What is it? Secret. Come on, man, there's no secrets between brothers. Now get out of here. All right, the phone rings. Here he comes. Hello? Am I speaking with Mr. Ryumin? Yes. Who's calling? Greetings, I'm Rock, the CEO of the Celestial Demon Consultancy. The protagonist thinks I'd better act a little lost at first. The more clueless he thinks I am, the lower his guard will be. Yes, hi. Hello. So last month you invested a fortune in our company, correct? Yes, what about it? Well, as it stands, you are now the majority shareholder of the Celestial Demon Consultancy, and I'd like to meet you in person. Could I treat you to lunch? Sure. Would Friday work for you this week? The protagonist thinks Friday. That's an important day for me to receive the Rune of Inner Thoughts. I have plans on Friday. Would Saturday work? Of course. Let's meet on Saturday then. As I expected, he called. The Celestial Demon Consultancy is one of his priorities since he wants to gain his father's approval. There's no way he'd ignore one of the major shareholders in his company. Before meeting him, I need to collect the runes. There are several ways to obtain runes. They can be located in certain places or specific rounds or even as special rewards. They can also drop when you eliminate bosses and in very rare situations, even normal monsters. However, something not many people know is that you can obtain runes in real life. Of course, the conditions for a rune to manifest are quite complex. Soon, Jan will show up right here. His real name is Jang Sikyan. This is a name I won't forget because he was the criminal who kidnapped my brother. And I still clearly remember that guy's voice. Do you want to save him? You'll have to pay the price for that. Tell me all the information that others don't know. What are you talking about? How would I know? Stop laughing. I know you went back in time. How does he know that? You're curious about how I know, aren't you? I have the Rune of Inner Thoughts, you see, and I used it to take a look at your brother. Of course, I also know your inner thoughts. Since that incident, I've been seeking revenge against this guy from my 11th regression until now. At this point, there's no emotional weight to it for me. I'm just here to get the Rune of Inner Thoughts before this guy. The man walks in carrying someone. Today, in this place, he throws the girl to the floor. I'll take it out for you, but don't scream, okay? Do you understand? She pleads, please spare me. What's this? Is that all you're going to say after I let you go? Try something different like, I don't know, I have a kid. I'll give you money. I don't want this kind of unbearable whining. Sorry. Why are you apologizing so much? Are you saying that because I gave you a weird look that day, huh? I'm truly sorry. Exactly. Why did you do something like that and now you're here apologizing? I felt like trash that day, you know. 2 nights ago. I need a girl today. Which one of these will help melt away my problems? What a beautiful body. Oh, where is she going? He follows her and enters ahead. Ow, my eye. I can't see. Who are you? I don't know what happened there, but he comes out with her all limp. I love this thrill of doing crazy things. My life was so boring before that I wouldn't have cared if I were eliminated. But the Rune of Luminescence makes my body glow and blinds all my opponents. It's the perfect rune for having some fun. He walks into the shop. Welcome. She's really pretty, isn't she? Give me an iced Americano, please. All right, your total is 5,001. Oh, are you working part-time here? You know, I always come to this place, but you're not the usual attendant I see. So you're a regular? I didn't know that. All the other part-time workers left. As you know, the world is changing a lot. Yeah, that makes sense. In a world where you can be eliminated at any moment, who's going to stick with a part-time job? So are you the owner? That's right. How old are you? You look really young. I'm 32. That you're not a player? No, I'm not, thankfully. I see. Could you give me your number, pretty girl? I like you. What? What's wrong? Why are you making that face? Do you hate my face that much? What? You're disgusted by my face just because I have a few marks, aren't you? What a terrible feeling. I'm not going to drink this horrible coffee. Give me my money back, you filthy woman. Here. He snatches the money from her hand. Bitch, looking down on me just because I'm not very handsome and because you're a bit pretty. You'll pay the price for looking at me like that. He hits her on the head and we're back. I'm sorry. You know you can't look down on people just because of their appearance, right? I know. I won't do it. I don't know. I think this isn't enough. You're not being very sincere. He throws her to the ground. You think I don't know? You're just pretending to get out of this situation. Please let me go. But didn't you want to apologize? If you're so interested in apologizing, why don't you pay me with something? She all nervous. No, it was my fault. No, stay still. You stay still. Wait, I thought there was no one else here. Is he a detective? Who's this guy? Man, stop swearing. Though soon you'll be swearing a lot anyway. Man, what is this guy? What's with that giant scythe? A white mask? Hey, you lunatic. Do you think this is the place to cosplay with toys? Apparently you still don't understand the situation, do you? Does this look like a toy to you? Yeah, let's go. Smoke rises. What the? Is that real? Are you a player? You're really stupid. What do you think? The protagonist looks at the girl. Get out of here now, miss. This is your only chance. Hey, who said she's leaving? The protagonist charges at him, striking several blows. He falls. Whoa, that one hurt even me. The man groans in pain. The protagonist says, didn't I tell you that you'd be cursing up a storm? Then he looks at her. Go now. Leave him to me. Thank you. She runs off. All right, now it's just the two of us. Is it time to start the game? You bastard. I'll take you down. I'll kill you. Is that your attitude? It's no fun if I take you down while you're giving up. You son of a, how dare you keep smiling like that? He dodges. What's happening? How is he evading so easily? The protagonist says, I can't believe you're still using a goblin dagger. He spins the scythe. Oh man, that was precise. That thing's sharp as a blade straight out of a factory. A limb is sliced off. Does it hurt? Because I haven't even started yet. The guy looks down in shock. The protagonist vanishes, reappears, and slashes again. Look at you, all scared. Man, at this rate, he's going to kill me. If I want to get out of here alive, I need to blind him. He activates his power. Now I'll take you down, you bastard. But then he looks at his stomach. What's happening? Why isn't my power working? The protagonist thinks, shine as much as you want. Inside the Night of Death, no light is permitted. I already knew you'd try that, so I activated the skill beforehand. Not that it matters. Even without the Night of Death, I'd already have slashed your wrists and heels. He strikes his legs. Man, this scythe is ridiculously sharp. What is this? It cuts like a hot knife through butter. The poor guy now looks like a Minecraft character, his fingers gone, reduced to cubes. Dude, you're a demon. Why are you doing this? Why? The protagonist delivers another slash. Why? We eliminate pests because if we leave them alive, they cause chaos. You psycho. Let's see how long you can keep that attitude. Blood, blood, and more blood. What is this guy's problem? Why all this rage? This is so unfair. It hurts too much, man. Maybe I should just end it myself. He starts biting his tongue. The protagonist stops him. Hey, hold on. Are you seriously thinking about biting your tongue before I take you down? You really think I'll let you escape like that? I don't let you die until you're on your knees begging for it. Damn, man. This guy's a psychopath. He wants me to kneel and ask for death. Please, I need to stop this pain. Just kill me. What did you say? Kill me, please. Are you sure? Please, man. You must be wondering why I'm doing all this, huh? After all, we're complete strangers. But actually, it's not like I don't know you. I met you before, you know. He knows my name. Wait, don't tell me. You know that woman? No, I have nothing to do with her. Then how? You kidnapped my brother and threatened me to give you some information or you kill him. But I didn't. Of course not. That's because this is an incident that will happen in the future. None of this has happened yet, but for me, it's something from the past. If I hadn't gotten involved, you'd have received the rune of inner thoughts. Inner thoughts. Yeah, there's a hidden rune here. Do you know the condition for it to appear? The person has to hear the true voice of another. True voice? Yes, a voice that comes from the heart, genuine and sincere. If I hadn't shown up, you would have abused that woman and she would have begged for her life in her true voice. With that, you would have received the rune of inner thoughts and gone on to commit even more crimes. I've seen it happen in several regressions. And besides all that, you've already committed 12 crimes and are a despicable person who deserves to die. If I deserve to die, kill me, please. No, I won't even touch you. What? What do you think I've been doing this whole time? I'm just here waiting for you to die on your own. Man, what's the deal? I just asked him to kill me. Dude, it hurts too much. He doesn't want to receive the rune, huh? Then why won't he let me talk? I'll speak from my heart, please. The protagonist. You're wondering why I'm not letting you speak, aren't you? It's because I'm testing the rune of inner thoughts. Sorry, but I already received it. Don't you remember? You already sincerely begged me to kill you from the beginning. That's when the rune reacted to your true voice. You caused someone to use their true voice, fulfilling the condition for activation. You discover the rune of inner thoughts that was hidden in this place. The rune will be automatically implemented into the player's body. If you observe your target, you can faintly read their inner thoughts. It only works within a 30-meter range. I was just running a test here, and apparently it works. The guy thinks, damn, you got what you wanted. Now kill me already. No, I'm not going to kill you that easily. It would be unfair to your victims, you despicable demon. A while later, the guy disconnects. He's dead. There are no witnesses, but I need to clean up this mess. Using the bonus abilities and the skill I learned this time, erase traces. Effect: erases all traces from the scene, including bodies, blood, fingerprints, and footprints. This works perfectly. It's best never to leave anything behind. Then our protagonist appears in the morning wearing that elegant suit. His brother asks, are you going on a date? Who's the girl? The protagonist replies, why would it be a date? You don't usually dress like this, you sly guy. He says he's just going to meet a business partner. The brother, concerned, thinks, business partner? What's he planning? Getting into investments now? Man, once again, this brother is, but what if he loses all the money? Dude, he already made $1 billion for you. Isn't that enough? The protagonist, noticing his brother's worry, tells him to relax. Don't you trust your brother? His brother gets all excited, saying of course he does. Who else would he trust? Then the protagonist says, wait here. The other players are going to start behaving dangerously from now on. His brother replies that he heard about this. On the news, they're saying that many players are using their abilities for evil, and that all countries are struggling to deal with these powers. The protagonist says, unfortunately, that's how it is. As long as you meet the requirements and clear the stages, you get stronger. Soon, the phase will come when players begin enslaving powerless people, and I need to become an unstoppable force before that happens. And of course, build my reputation as a reaper. As he's leaving, he tells his brother, be careful out there. His brother is curious about the job, but the protagonist says it's a secret. I'm curious. Tell me. The protagonist replies, I'll tell you soon. Stop complaining. Stay here and eat something, man. The protagonist is now standing in front of a giant gate. Just like the football team has a home advantage, this here is the Osun Group's hotel, so it's all this turf. No one knows about that guy's connections to the Osun Group, so this is information only the protagonist has. And our boy is going to take a risk, using this information to appear even more important. For now, though, he needs to seem as clueless as possible. He walks awkwardly up to the reception desk. I'm here for a meeting. At the counter, right? She asks, a meeting with the president of the heavenly demon. The protagonist responds, yes. All right, wait over there. He'll be here soon. Thank you. Still all awkward. Perfect, I need to act anxious and look around like everything is new to me. Wow, this place is impressive. Until, are you Mr. Ryu? Whoa, this is it. When he looks, look who it is, man. The guy recognizes him, right? It's you. The protagonist says, yes, I'm the guy who delivered the rice cakes to Surin. The man apologizes for the lack of courtesy. In shock, he thinks, this guy doesn't even look 20 years old and he's the one who invested 280 billion? Something's off. The protagonist immediately realizes, this guy is going to suspect me. But it's a natural reaction considering he has so much money at this age. All crook, he says, all right, it's not like we know each other. I never expected the president to live so close to me. The guy responds, no, don't get the wrong idea, I'm not the president. Obviously, the protagonist knows that, he's playing along. The man introduces himself as An Sang-shil, the head of the department here, adding that the president will arrive soon. For now, let's go in and wait for him. The protagonist sits calmly in a chair and the man closes the door. He then picks up the phone and calls the president. President, I met him face to face. There's no way. This guy is way too young. It's impossible he invested all that money alone. Someone else must be backing him, so be cautious. The protagonist immediately picks up on everything. It wasn't a coincidence this guy spoke to him first. He's likely relaying information. No way someone as meticulous as the president would be late. And there he is arriving. Hello, I'm Magianrock, president of the Celestial Demon Consultancy. He greets the protagonist. It's a pleasure. I'm Ryu Min. He tells the protagonist to take a seat and has the department head sit beside him. The protagonist finds it odd. He's including Sang-shil in the meeting without consulting him first. Looks like he's up to something. Gyeonrock suggests they eat before discussing business, saying he prepared Korean food and hopes it suits their taste. Dude, you're in Korea serving Korean food. It's not a big deal. The protagonist continues his act. Wow, everything looks so luxurious. This hotel is so fancy. I'm glad it's to your liking. At this, Gyeonrock starts lowering his guard, thinking, this guy is so young, and with that attitude of his, I doubt he earned 280 billion alone. Someone's backing him or he's working for someone. He starts wondering who sent him. My brothers? My uncle? I need to find out. He tells the protagonist he was surprised by his arrival. I never expected such a young shareholder. How old are you? The protagonist responds, I'm 20. Gyeonrock, surprised, 20? I'm 29. It's good to meet someone in his similar age range. The protagonist replies, it's good for me too. Then Gyeonrock cuts to the chase. How did you make so much money at your age? Are you from a wealthy family? The protagonist internally, damn, he's direct. Of course not. I was just a regular student until recently. Until recently? What do you mean by that? Didn't you see the news? What news? You didn't hear about the millionaire who won the lottery 4 times in a row? Gyeonrock, I heard about that. The protagonist reveals, that's me, the 4-time lottery winner. Wait, hold on. Pardon? You're that Ryu from the news. That's right. Gyeonrock skeptical. Wait a second. There's something off. The article said the total winnings were around 60 billion. How do you have 280 billion? The protagonist responds, I invested in Bitcoin. It almost sounds like a joke. Bitcoin. Just like that? Exactly. Gyeonrock continues. Wow, that's impressive. But still, what made you risk 60 billion on Bitcoin? I wouldn't have the courage. Even Sang-shil chimes in, kid, you're really lucky. The protagonist retorts, none of this was luck. Sang-shil then mentions, didn't you say in the news that you saw the winning numbers in a dream? The protagonist interrupts, it wasn't a dream either. The two men are stunned. The protagonist stares at them, thinking, this is the only way I'll gain Gyeonrock's trust and bring him to my side. He speaks. This is the first time I've revealed this to anyone, but I have the rune of future sight. Gyeonrock, confused, asks, what's that? It's a rune that allows me to see a few years into the future. In other words, I'm a prophet. The two are silent, clearly impressed. Gyeonrock can't believe what he's hearing, while Sang-shil thinks the protagonist is insane for bringing such a wild claim to the meeting. Gyeonrock asks, are you serious? The protagonist replies, why would I lie? So that's how you won the lottery. Exactly. That's also why I invested in Bitcoin. Thanks to my ability, I knew how to multiply my money. The protagonist lays it all out there, leaving them in awe. Gyeonrock, intrigued but cautious, asks, if it's not too much trouble, can you prove this to me? Show me something that's going to happen in the next few moments. The protagonist wonders, does he know? For me to predict what happens next, I have to have lived through it already, right? Do you think he's already taken this path? He says he can even read the guy's thoughts, so predicting the next move won't be a problem. However, to negotiate properly, he needs to define some kind of restriction for his ability. Our protagonist, the King of Lies, continues. Sorry, but I can't use my ability freely. It activates at unexpected moments. Gyeonrock seems to believe him, especially since he thinks an ability this powerful must have some kind of limitation. At this point, Gyeonrock thinks of something. Mr. Ryu, is that why you invested 200 billion in the company? The protagonist replies, yes. I know that the Heavenly Demon consultation will grow exceptionally in the future. That's why I invested. Gyanrak asks, how significant will this growth be? Hey, it'll be listed on the KOSPI within half a year, no problem. Guys, I looked up what this KOSPI thing is. It's the Korea Composite Stock Price Index, meaning the company is top tier. A smile of happiness appears. He's in shock at how great it'll be if this turns out to be true. Not only will I be recognized by my father, but I'll also secure the director position. But he hesitates. Damn, I got too excited. Stupid. What a disaster. That information made me laugh and don't even know if it's certain. The protagonist cast the bait and the guy bit like a starving man. The protagonist plays his next card, saying that for the guy to succeed, he'll need to completely change the business model. Sang-Kyul slams the table, saying that's a ridiculous demand. How can we change our business style at this point? It'd be easier to change the company's entire name. Gyanrak, calm down, man. The protagonist chimes in, it's true. If we're going to change the business, we might as well change the name too. The guy raises his voice. What are you saying? The protagonist, unfazed, you think I'm joking? Both of you are players, so you should already know this. Revealing a rune is a huge loss. Even so, I decided to reveal mine to you. The protagonist adds, as an investor and business partner, I only want the company to grow. Otherwise, why would I have invested 280 billion? But for you to succeed, you'll need to work with me. Sang-Kyul starts sweating. Sir, you're not seriously believing this crazy guy, are you? The protagonist says, it seems you don't trust my ability. Sang-Kyul admits, honestly, no. The protagonist argues more assertively. Do you know why I moved to that penthouse? Sang-Kyul stumbles, unsure what to say. Gyanrak asks, wait, the penthouse. What does that mean? Sang-Kyul blurts out, this crazy guy moved underneath Siu Aren's place, this sleep bastard. The protagonist explains, I did that when I obtained the Rune of Future Vision. Gyanrak doesn't like finding this out only now. Sang-Kyul is completely thrown off. I didn't know this guy was relevant. I thought he was just some random citizen. Gyanrak begins thinking harder. If it happened in January, it was before he invested in Bitcoin. He moved to the neighborhood of someone connected to the company he'd later join. That's impossible unless he knows everything that will happen. Or maybe he's just someone who knows I'm Siu Aren's sponsor. The protagonist sees them whispering and realizes he needs to push harder. You don't believe me, do you? Then how about this? This hotel ran as your property, isn't it, President? You're the eldest son of the Osun Group, and the Heavenly Demon Consultation is a secret business created solely for your father's approval. Or am I wrong? Sang-Kyul gets up angrily, demanding to know who sent the protagonist. But once again, Gyanrak has to calm him down. Relax, uncle. Gyanrak calmly says, you're right about all that. But these are things anyone among my acquaintances would know. Honestly, Mr. Ryumin, you're extremely suspicious. You seem like someone sent by another party to trap me. And now you're suggesting I trust you and change the business. You already know my answer. All of this seems utterly nonsensical. I want to believe in your Rune of Future Vision. Who wouldn't want their company to have something that good? But it's hard to believe, Mr. Ryumin. Thank you for your investment, but you'll need to arrange a meeting with all the investors to make this proposal. And obviously, convincing them will be your job. Man, could it be that the protagonist didn't win them over? Hold on, the guy was about to get up, and the protagonist says, wait, sit down. The man sits back in the chair. Do you have more to say? The protagonist thinks, is this really the only way? Then he says, how about this? I'll give you information about the 4th round. The man suddenly perks up. Wait a second. You know about the 4th round? The protagonist replies that he saw everything using the Rune of Future Sight, and that he knows about the tragedy that will happen. This information should be enough, right? The scene shifts to Sang-Kyul apologizing to Gyanrak. Gyanrak says, it's fine, you did it out of concern. Sang-Kyul then asks to say one more thing, something suspicious about Mr. Ryu. If this guy really has the ability to see the future, why does he want to join us? He could easily handle everything on his own. Apparently, Gyanrak is focused on expanding the company and making money. Sang-Kyul questions, but what's his reason? The guy has 280 billion. That's more than enough to never work again. Gyanrak explains, well, you know how it is, human greed is sometimes endless. Sang-Kyul still doesn't want to accept it, but Gyanrak counters. Look, if the guy can see the future, we need him. Imagine if we always had information about the upcoming rounds. Not only will the company grow in the process, but we'll also become better players. Still, Sang-Kyul doesn't budge. What if he's not really a prophet? Gyanrak replies, then we just wait and see, don't we? The protagonist provided the information, though we don't hear it, to avoid spoilers. Now on the street, the protagonist knows that when the 4th round ends, they'll be sure he's a prophet. Of course, he withheld information about secret missions and strategies for reaching the top rank. Actually, we do find out. He told them that the 4th round isn't about eliminating monsters. It's a massacre between players. You can't let your guard down for a moment. Man, that's all he said. Still, he's confident it's enough to prove he's a prophet. After this, their trust will shift. They'll want to treat him well and try to protect him. After all, it's much better to have a prophet on your team than on the enemies. Our protagonist pulls out his phone and says, now that I've assumed the role of prophet, will I have to keep it up in the future? First, he thinks about contacting, but doesn't decide. It starts with our waifu. It's been a while since we've seen her, and we missed her. She's waiting for the cars to pass when a sleek car stops. Why is that lunatic stopping here? Who is it? It's Daddy's ride, and he's inviting her along. Come with me, partner. She approaches, confused. Hey, what's this about? Is this your car, babe? Literally, get in. I'll take you for a ride. And she just goes, all right. They speed off down the road. She's shocked, saying it's her first time in a car like this. Our protagonist says it's his first time too. He's never had such an expensive car. She asks, wow, how much did it cost? He casually replies, 900 million, not much. She exclaims, what do you mean, not much? You could build a ton of convenience stores with that. He says, it's just that compared to what I won in the lottery. It's not much. She remembers, oh, that's true. You won 60 billion. Our worlds are so different. But isn't this kind of like a date? Exactly. It is. She's shy. Our protagonist says there's something he needs to confess. She's almost bursting from nervousness. The protagonist calms her down, saying it's nothing weird. She's still ready to jump out of the car and hide out of embarrassment, but nervously asks, all right, fine, what's the confession? The protagonist starts, you know how I told you I saw the numbers in a dream, right? Yeah, so. That was a lie. It wasn't a dream. I obtained the rune of future sight, and as the name suggests, I can see the future. Maybe that's why my class is prophet. She responds, wow, that's amazing. Isn't that a unique class? He replies, yeah, I think so. She's overjoyed. Thank you for sharing that with me. The protagonist says that since she revealed her class to him, it's only fair. She replies, but I didn't tell you about my rune and you told me about yours. So I'll tell you mine then. The rune I obtained was the rune of protection. For every 10 people within a 10-meter radius, it creates a thin barrier around you. So if there are 5 people, you get 5 layers of protection. Pretty decent, right? For someone who plays a support role, at least you get up to 10 layers of protection. She feels relieved to share this with our boy. However, she asks, why did you bring this up out of nowhere? The protagonist replies that hiding it would be a burden, and he thinks she wouldn't believe what he's about to say unless he told her this first. She's confused. What do you mean? Apparently, the protagonist also told her about the 4th mission and warned her to be very careful. She needs to stay extremely alert around the players nearby. She's all excited. Oh my god, he told me first. Does this mean he has a place for me in his heart? Wait, what? You want a place in his heart? She even said it would be nice. Seriously. Back at home, our boy is there thinking, wow, she likes me, huh? I never knew that. Now it makes sense why she treats him so well. It's a bit surprising, but it's a good way to make her another ally. Plus, she'll believe the prophecies more easily. Wow, protagonist, always scheming. Competing like your life depends on it. Well, it does. After that, he rested and time flew by. It's already April 31st at 11:55. Before entering the other world, he bought another epic item of the day, the shadow gloves. These gloves are covered in shadows and can't be seen at night. Weapons you hold also become translucent. Wow, it's like being partially invisible. Man, now what he said is true. Right. With his Knight of Death ability active, the weapon will also become invisible. He's getting insanely strong, as if he wasn't already. His brother shows up and says, it's time, man. Are you confident it'll go well? Our boy replies, I'll only know once I'm there. Hey, you said you're a prophet. Do you know what'll happen in the 4th round? The protagonist answers, knowing and knowing what to do are 2 very different things. His brother, as always concerned, says you have to survive, no matter what. Man, don't create problems where there are none. Are you trying to mess me up before I even get there? Bye. See you later. The 4th round is the round of death. Oh, look at that miserable guy again. What a mess. All of his attributes are permanently reduced by 50%. He had to betray the person he admired, and in this round he has no command authority. So how is he going to win here? The guy is nervous, looking around scared of his so-called friends, betrayed everyone. But above all, he wants to know, what kind of place is this? What kind of mission takes place in a completely empty area? It's like they're lab rats trapped in a box. Oh, he's already looking at our protagonist. Look at that bastard. I knew he'd be here. He's suspicious. Finds it odd that the protagonist used other players to destroy the relic, and without hesitation, eliminated the prosecutor of retribution. He's thinking, if I had the strength, I'd have eliminated him by now. But at this moment, there's nothing he can do. To stay alive, he'll have to dance to the devil's tune. And here he comes. Hey there, Mr. Black Reaper. What's up, man? He walks up smiling and says, the contract from the previous round still stands, right? The protagonist, what contract, you lunatic? In exchange for me being your subordinate, you protect me. Our boy cuts him off. No, I don't need you as a subordinate anymore. The guy's shocked. What? Why not? I know you don't have command authority anymore. What's the point of a representative without that? Plus, most of the players have already advanced, so you're basically useless now. Now you're nothing but a walking target. A target? He's stunned. He looks around to see if anyone is staring at him, but the protagonist tells him not to worry too much. At the end of the day, everyone here is a target, and there probably aren't that many people who want to take you down. Really? You think they won't come after me? The protagonist explains, by now, everyone has probably learned that being the regional representative isn't necessarily a good thing. Considering the risks and how much you're hunted, it's not worth it. The guy mutters to himself, that's true. I need to get rid of this title as soon as possible. Oh, here she comes looking all stunning full waifu mode. He didn't like it. He's shy and angry. First time I've seen that. She approaches our boy. Hello, Mr. Black Reaper. Hey, Sang-Shiul, do you remember us? The protagonist replies, of course I remember. Sang-Shiul continues, you saved us from this bully here. We want to thank you again. Glaring at the guy. The man gets irritated. Me, a bully? Calm down, relax. The protagonist thanks them and says there's no need for them to meet again. Man, the protagonist cutting off friendships just like that. Sang-Shiul adds that the president of their association also sent his thanks. The protagonist interrupts again, saying he doesn't care about that. But Siu-Arin steps forward with a gift, saying she wants to show her gratitude. Please, take this. The protagonist is impressed. Once again, something unexpected is happening. She says, I don't think my words are enough, just wanting the guy to accept it. Being the greedy person he is, he takes it. Well, arigato. I'll take it. I have no reason to refuse such a good item. She blushes slightly on her upper right cheek, the part we can see. She hesitates, wondering if the protagonist will like it or get mad at her for giving him a useless stone. But with this, the protagonist is sure she doesn't know the value of this crystal. Obviously, if she did, she wouldn't have given it to him. The guy next to her thinks he has something similar. The protagonist wonders, wait, does he also have an energy crystal? The guy keeps thinking, I think mine was a black and gold strength stone. The protagonist is shocked. It's an extremely difficult item to obtain. Much rarer than a magic crystal, and currently, it's impossible to acquire one intentionally. Now intrigued, the protagonist wonders, knowing he has such a valuable item, is this good or bad luck? Siu-Arin approaches timidly. Sir Scythe, do you mean a barrier? The protagonist responds, what do you mean, a barrier? She reveals she obtained the summoner class and can place a fairy barrier on him if he needs it, shyly trying to please him. But she's quickly interrupted. Thanks, but no, I don't need it. She replies, oh, I see. After saying goodbye, she leaves with a polite farewell. Take care. I hope you do well. Thanks, bye you all. The other guy was already leaving when the protagonist called out, wait a second. If you keep this up, you'll regret it, you know? Confused, the guy asks, what are you talking about? I'd already told you were a walking target. But didn't you say no one would come after me? I said there wouldn't be many, not that there wouldn't be anyone. After all, as a representative, you still have some benefits. Even though a lot of people are already level 10 and have obtained a class, there are still those who haven't. So you're still a target for the authority of command. You really think none of the thousands of players would want to kill you? Then what do you want me to do? I'll help you not to be an easy target. He beams with excitement. Really? You're serious? But it won't be for free. As payment for helping you, do you see the stone Siu-Arin gave me? If you match something similar, I'll take it. Really? He eagerly opens his inventory, retrieves the item, and hands it over. Man, just like that, easy. The protagonist asks, got anything else? The guy replies, no, I gave you everything I had. But now that I handed it over, you're going to protect me, right? The protagonist assures him, yes, I'll keep my promise. So the video ends here. If you don't want to miss the next part, activate the notification bell, and see you next time on Tab's channel.